We can probably roll whenever you want. Stream should be up. Have you got room there?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
I'll wind up standing up once we get
I
into
feel
the
the
game.
same way, yeah. It's quarter reach, I'd stand out there.
Yeah. Be all right. It'll probably reach. All right, you can give me programming now.
We're going to receive, I think. Let's do it.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Benton High School on a Friday night on a chilly 91-degree evening here at the Tabor Field here at Benton High School. I'm Dave McKenzie, and I'm pleased to introduce to you my partner for the year, Mr. Keenan Clark. Keenan, so glad to have you, buddy, and welcome to the Lions broadcast.
Well, let's see how it goes tonight. I'm excited about being here, and can't wait to work with you. It's been a pleasure to get to do it the times I've had in the past, and I've been looking forward to this ever since we came to a agreement. So
absolutely.
Can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely. And just so you'll know, Scott Hudson is going back over to Heron Tiger football tomorrow night. He'll be teamed up with Murph for Heron versus Marion. But tonight, here, week one, it is the Benton Rangers and your Carterville Lions. And let me tell you what, this is two programs that seem to mirror each other each season. A year ago, the Benton Rangers finished 8-2. In the regular season, their only loss of the season came to our Carterville Lions, a 28-0 loss. And they ran the table during the regular season, eventually losing in the first round of the playoffs to Olympia, 55-14. They're a good ball team.
Oh, they're always a good ball team. They've got athletes. They're well coached. But much like Carterville, they've got probably some question marks going in. They've got a lot of young guys as well. So,
Carterville Lions coming off that 11-1 season and semifinal losers last year to Rochester. They rattled off 11 wins in a row before getting beat by Rochester 41-28. And what a season it was. And the one thing about that team, it had 17 seniors on it that graduated. And this is a new group of starters that we're seeing, but they've got experience taking on those 17 guys that graduated a year ago.
Yeah, they've been practicing against them. This has been, a lot of them have been on your scout team, and your they probably got some time in special teams. But and also, don't forget, we blew a lot of people out last year. And so these guys came in and played a lot of third, fourth quarter, maybe late second quarter games. So it's not like it's the first time they've been on the field on a Friday night.
These Benton Rangers a year ago averaged 35 points per game. They allowed just 18. They're a year older. They're going to be a tough team.
Yeah, they're going to be a tough team, but like I said, they've got a lot of underclassmen like we do. So this first week is always one where you got to worry about, sloppy play and silly penalties and things like that. It's always a little ugly at times the first week. So let's hope we have a little bit cleaner debut than they do.
That is Mr. Keenan Clark. I'm Dave McKenzie here on our pregame show. It's brought to you by the SIU Credit Union. We're going to go on and take our first break. And when we come back, you're going to hear from the head coach of your Carterville Lions, Coach Brett Dial, joins us. It's coming up next. It's Carterville Lions football on the road at Benton here on News Radio WJPF. Just go to him. Go to him. Okay. 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 Hey, everybody online so far. Good evening to you. Glad to have you. Picture looks pretty good on my end. Hopefully, looks good on your end. So, enjoy the broadcast.
Great picture tonight.
Yeah.
Benton team. I love this week one matchup against Benton. I just think it's a great matchup between the two teams. They're a good ball team. About 45 seconds.
Okay.
Right, they're very well coached.
Just go to commercial. That'll be break number 2. Yep.
Week one matchup, in the sense that you're going to have a team on the other side that's ready to go. And we have to make sure we are too. Hopefully we'll rise to the challenge. You've got a good quarterback. Yeah, anytime you have a kid with some experience, and he's played in the playoff game last year, and he's a physical kid, and he's a wrestler as well, so he's a tough kid, and he's not afraid to run it and lower his shoulders, and he can throw it. So he's a dual threat, and we've got to be on our game. So I'm glad week one's here. I'm ready to go. I'm tired of practice. We'll talk in the post-game.
John A. Logan College is proud to support area high schools in the classroom and on the playing field.
Hey, Brian, you saw the bump bed. It's there. There's music there, so. Okay. Welcome back to Tabor Field on a Friday night. It's Dave McKenzie and Keenan Clark alongside as we are getting you set for Carterville Lions football. Week 1 of the high school football season as the Benton Rangers are making their approach onto the field with their flag to the right. And here they come toward midfield here. It's opening night. Nothing better than this, Keenan Clark.
A lot of electricity. Benton has a great facility and great complex here. The field's beautiful, and there's going to be a lot of excitement, like you said, tonight. It's going to be a lot of energy.
Absolutely, and the Carterville Lions are going to be making their way out here shortly. Keenan, we need to talk. There's been a change in the SIRR conference for your Carterville Lions.
There has. We're switching to another side, probably a better fit for us, size-wise, enrollment-wise, travel-wise. It just makes a lot of sense, so I'm glad to be over there and see our teams compete in different gymnasiums on different fields. It's going to be a lot of fun this first year for sure.
Absolutely. Carterville now on the Ohio side of the Mississippi River to River Conference, and that includes Carterville, Harrisburg, Herrin, Massac County, Murfreesboro. The Mississippi side now includes Benton, DuQuoin, Nashville, Pinckneyville, West Frankfort, and Anna Jonesboro. We're going to go on and take a break here. We'll be back on the pregame show here on News Radio WJPF.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Sorry about that, Brian. It got quiet. Everybody looked up here, and I was still yapping. I thought that was the anthem. So here comes the anthem now, though.
And sophomore Joseph Webb, marching Rangers under the direction of Mr. Tim McKenzie.
Okay. Welcome back to Benton High School. Dave McKenzie along with Keenan Clark here on your Friday nights. The national anthem is completed, and we are just moments away from kickoff here on a Friday night. It's cooled down to 88 degrees here in the last couple minutes. And I tell you, that's been a topic of conversation this year. New IHSA rules kicked in. It set the guidelines on the practice dealing with the heat and the humidity. And man, this week they got the workout, and the system worked great. I have to admit, I really liked it.
Yeah, it was interesting. You could take that system and move it to different areas, and different areas are getting different airflow, and it's so accurate. It can tell whenever you've moved it to the middle of the softball diamond or whether it's out there on the on the sideline of the football field. It knows where it's at, and it's important to make sure we take care of these kids and keep an eye on them.
It does appear that there's going to be a mandatory break at the end of the first quarter tonight, is from what I understand, where the guys will be able to get some water and kind of rest for a couple minutes, and then as the evening progresses, we should be fine to go. Carterville Lions are on the far side of the field, and they are in their road whites with the orange helmets. The Benton Rangers, of course, all maroon with their maroon helmets just below us. We're on the home side of the field as we look out over the field here at Benton High School. A great view, a beautiful night, and the Benton Rangers are being introduced at the moment, and they are led, Keenan, by their quarterback, and that is Tiffin Kazukas. He had an outstanding year last year. He's a good quarterback. Reminds me a lot of Keegan Glover that graduated and Kazukas took over for him.
Yeah, he had a great career here, didn't he?
He did.
I mean, they just passed it off from one elite quarterback to another, and so last year was Tiffin's sophomore year, and he really stepped up and played like a varsity starter all year long.
Of course, the Rangers are led by head coach Justin. I lost his last name. I had it there for
Groves.
Justin Groves. His sixth year. You know, his first season he went 1-8. Since then, the Rangers have gone 36-6 in the last 4 years, and this is his sixth year. Carterville Lions are led by Coach Brett Dial. He's starting his fifth year. He's 26-11, a 703 win percentage. Carterville coming off that outstanding season a year ago that they finished 11-1 overall, and lost to a very, very talented powerhouse football program in Rochester there in the playoffs a year ago.
Yeah, you said it. Rochester came down, and that they were just on another level on that day. There wasn't much we could do against that team, but we actually played a pretty good second half, if I remember correctly.
Yep. And if you
made it a game.
That game, it wound up being 41-28, the final score against Rochester. And I think if you score 28 and you hold them to 41, that's a good ball game. But it's a new season, new time.
We're going to start with the offense on the field tonight.
Yep, and Carterville is going to receive the kick, and they are going to be moving from right to left here on your radio dial. We are glad to have you with us, and don't forget, if you would like, you can stream on WJPF.com, and if you want the YouTube live stream with the radio call, just head right over to YouTube, search Carterville Lions at Benton Rangers. You can watch and listen to the game. It's turned out to be a beautiful night, a great crowd. Benton fans are below us. Carterville brought the fans on the far side. The ball is teed at the 40-yard line, and we are getting you set for Carterville Lions football. Zapata has it teed up at the 40-yard line, right at midfield. He's making his approach, and we are underway. And the ball winds up in the end zone. That'll be a touchback, and that's how the Carterville Lions are going to start. They're going to have it 1st and 10 here on their first possession.
Can't wait to see what we're going to do offensively here.
Going to be led by the senior, Brandon Skelcher. Brandon, an outstanding quarterback, has a great arm. One of the things that Coach Brett Dial likes about Brandon Skelcher is the fact that he stays calm. He doesn't get too shook up. He doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, and that's exactly what you want out of your quarterback.
Especially when you've got a system where they've got a lot of options inside their offense. He's going to have to check down and take his time and find the right person. Having a calm head is going to come in handy there.
The ball is at the 20-yard line to our right as Skelcher works from the shotgun. We'll set all the offensive players as we can. Looks to throw and gets popped in the backfield, and he's drugged down at the 10-yard line on big-time sack, and coming off that left end. I didn't see who it was, Keenan.
That would have been Luke Berry.
Berry was all over Skelcher. He didn't have time to think. Somebody missed the block out on the far side, and that allowed him to bring down Skelcher. It's 2nd down and 16 now with the ball at the 14-yard line for your Carterville Lions. First possession of the game as they have it to the right. They throw it out to the right side. It's gone out there across the 20, or about to just short of the 20, the original line of scrimmage, and out there was Nick Bishing on the reception.
Got back to the original line of scrimmage, and Berry was once again right in Skelcher's face when he let go of the ball.
It's going to be out at the... They're probably going to mark it at about the 19, which is what they do, so it's bringing up 3rd down and 11 now for the Carterville Lions. They've got to make it to the 30 as Skelcher from the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the far side. Moving right to left, it's the give, and the run right up the middle, popped at the 21-yard line on the carry. I believe that was Peyton Van Horn on the carry, and he was dropped at the 21-yard line, so Carterville is going to be forced to punt on this 4th and 9 play.
It looked like Ryder Watson came dragging across from the weak side and got there about the same time that Peyton did.
Rangers are going to send Grant Owens deep, as will be Clay Gage. They're standing at about the 45-yard line of the Rangers. That'll be Braden Wakey doing the kicking for the Lions. He stands inside the 10-yard line. Takes the snap, gets the kick away, and that's a good kick as it winds out at about the 41. A fair catch called for over by the Rangers, and that's where they're going to have it here on their first possession of the game with just 10:01 showing on the clock. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rangers. This broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in Carterville. They are your York dealer and proud to serve the region for over 40 years. Find out more at charliesairandheat.com. Of course, this year we're going to have our Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating player of the game in our post-game show. Rangers football, 1st and 10. The ball rests at the 42-yard line of Benton on the far hash for the Rangers. It'll be Tiffin Kazukas, the quarterback, the 5'10 quarterback, weighs 175. He's a junior. He has receivers that he shifts now. Everybody shifts around in tight. And it is going to be the give to the second man through. Ball on the turf. Carterville's there. The official touched the ball. They're ruling that the running back was down, apparently. It sure didn't look like it, but that is the ruling on the field. And it'll bring up 2nd down, but Carterville was right there on that carry.
That was a scoop and score. Your defense was going to get big advantage right there for you.
Yes, they were. Loss of 1 on it, so it's going to be 2nd down and 11. The ball at the 41-yard line for the Rangers. Kazukas is up under center. Carterville in tight as well. It's a give to the first man through, and he finds his way out to about the 45-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 3 for the Rangers, bringing up 3rd down and 8 now.
I think we had the judge in the back was thinking that he might have touched the ground whenever he came through the line of scrimmage. In fact, he stepped up to mark it, and the sideline judge says, no, he wasn't. And so they gave him the yards on top of that.
Yep, absolutely. Running backs for the Rangers. Number 22, Thomas Carlton. There's 3 of them back there.
23, Lucas Kinsman.
Yep, Lucas Kinsman. And it is as Kazukas has his pass knocked down. Nice job coming in off the end. Braden Wakey jumped up, slapped the ball to the turf.
You're going to see Braden Wakey come in and play on that defensive end sometimes, and he is a big body who can move.
Yes,
he'll get right over the top of it. You cannot throw that screen over the top of Braden Wakey.
Kazukas was trying to throw it to the outside, a little screen, and Wakey knocks it to the turf. It brings up 4th down for the Benton Rangers, and going back to receive the punt is going to be Nick Bishing. Nick stands at about the 23-yard line.
Bishing with a lot of speed. He got several touches last year. I'd like to see him get a chance to take one here.
Kyle Thomas does the kicking, and we have a whistle from the near judge, and a false start is called, so that will back him up 5 more yards here in this first quarter. There is 8:41 on the clock. No score. Carterville had to punt on their first possession. 4 and out. The Rangers having to punt on their first possession. 4 and out. So Thomas now stands at his 27-yard line. Gets the kick away. And it's at Bishing off his hands. It goes behind him. He just falls on it and covers it up. And that's where Carterville winds up with it. I even think Bishing lost the ball.
Bishing, he did lose the ball. It touched his hand, and he tried to recover it, and then when he rolled over, he lost it. I think Benton had it for a split second.
I think so as well. 8:30 remaining here in the first quarter. Carterville's got their second possession of the game right here, and the ball is going to be at the 13-yard line of Carterville. So this is exactly kind of what I expected. Nerves, sloppy. You mentioned it in the pregame show, a little bit sloppy, and we've seen that here on the first possession for each team.
Typical week 1.
Absolutely. Carterville now with the ball at the 13-yard line. 8.5 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. Brandon Skelcher, the quarterback, he'll work from the shotgun most of the time. He takes the snap, gives it to his running back, and that is Peyton Van Horn, and he doesn't have much at all. As a matter of fact, I think he lost 2 yards on that carry, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 12 now from the 11-yard line.
Dan Kruger running down from the backside.
Great crowd here this evening. They're lined up all the way around the field.
There is. This place hides the crowd pretty well. There's a lot of people here.
Yeah, there is. Okay, Skelcher's ready now. 2 receivers spread out left and right. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Off the left guard and falls forward for a gain of about 3 yards. It's going to put him at about the 15. So 3rd down now for the Carterville Lions. 3rd and 12 officially from the 15-yard line. Carterville needs a 1st down. They only have about 2 yards total offense so far.
And what you're doing is you don't want your defense to get in the habit of having to play with a short field and only defend half the field, whereas Benton's got a lot of work. They've got a lot of room to work with defensively. And
2 receivers near side, 2 to the right. They throw it out to the far side. Gets the block out there. Nice job. Slips through. First down for the Carterville Lions. On the carry, on the reception is Braden Wakey. And a nice throw from Skelcher to Wakey. Carterville's got their first down.
We saw that a lot last year. They try to get the ball out to the receiver as quickly as possible. Andrew Hellriegel was fantastic at that. And then you just shake one guy, and it's a big gain right in front of you. But you've got to shake that first tackle, and he did.
Ball at the 25-yard line for Carterville. Nice pickup right there on 3rd down and 12. So 1st down for the Lions. Skelcher now takes the snap, gives it to his running back, plows his way, fights his way, and flies his way across the 30-yard line. On the carry for the Lions was Peyton Van Horn. Peyton is 5'11", 195. He is a spark plug type runner.
Yeah, he stays low to the ground. Always when you get a week one and a running back who hasn't had a ton of offensive experience or varsity experience, you want to make sure they take care of the ball. We don't want the turnovers here.
2nd and 5 from the 31 for the Lions. 2 receivers left, 1 to the far side for Brandon Skelcher. Puts his running back, Van Horn, in motion, throws it to the right side, gets the block, steps up, has another 1st down, and that's Braden Wakey on the reception. Carterville has 2 first downs on this possession.
I feel like they're in a little bit of a rhythm now, too. Notice they're working a little faster. And you see a lot of Benton players out there already with their hands on the hips.
Nerves. I really think a big part of it was nerves on that first possession.
Yeah, and that goes for the coaches, everybody.
Absolutely. So Carterville has it from the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 36. Skelcher takes the snap, gives it to Van Horn. Van Horn, just a short gain, maybe about a half a yard on that carry. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and long now for the Carterville Lions. I like what you said, though. It does seem like the Rangers are starting to get into a rhythm a little bit. Or excuse me, the Lions are starting getting into a little bit of a rhythm. We'll call it 2nd and 9 now, officially, with a ball at the 37-yard line for Carterville. Skelcher has trips to the left side, 1 to the far side. He looks to throw, brings it near side. That's Nick Bishing that has it. Dodges 1 defender, now gets spun down at the 44-yard line, and it's going to be about a yard and a half short, so it's going to bring up 3rd and short now for the Lions.
Bishing definitely has that ability to pop one right now. Like anytime, he's quick enough, and he's got those good feet. He's going to break loose if they give him any space.
It's one thing about this Lions team that's similar. There's a lot of speed. Same thing we saw a year ago with this Lions team. So it's going to be 3rd down and 1. Skelcher throws it right side, gets Bishing. He's got the 1st down and more, about 3 yards more as he falls at the 49-yard line. That is the 3rd first down for your Carterville Lions here on this drive.
For the 1st down.
That was a nice job of him when he caught the ball. There wasn't a whole lot of room around him, and he got out of that box and picked up about 4 yards on that. That helped.
Nice thing, too, it looks like the offensive line is settled in. They're getting the blocks. They opened up a nice hole there. So Skelcher gives it to Van Horn. Off right tackle, and he gets about 3 yards or so on that carry Van Horn looks like he's going to get the workload, but I got to tell you what, there's a lot of running backs that the Lions have, and you got to wonder how Coach Brett Dow is going to work them in with the heat.
Every year, week one, there's a lot of kids, especially second half, you have a lot of cramps, you have a lot of delays, kids needing water breaks, kids getting sick. You know, especially this week, it's going to test your depth.
From the 49 of Benton, they bring it out to Bishing. He gets across
There's a
midfield. He's down the left side, across the 35 to the 30. He's pushed out of bounds toward the 20-yard line. Oh, that's the first big play for the Carterville Lions. Another first down from Brandon Skelcher to Nick Bishing.
A.J. Craven's come up to make the tackle there, and if it wasn't for that, it was 6 points on the board.
Carries it all the way down to the 25-yard line. That's where they mark him officially. Boy, he got right out there. There was only one defender on the outside. That was the man he had to beat, and
They're
he did.
giving us a lot of space. Our receivers have a lot of space to get that quick pass. They're testing us.
Skelcher takes the snap, gives it to Van Horn, puts his head down, bottled up right there, keeps the legs moving out to about the 22, maybe the 23-yard line. So it's going to bring up second down, and looks like 7 for the Lions right now. A lot of similarities between Peyton Van Horn and Bryce Smith from a year ago.
Oh, no doubt. And Bryce Smith, he could put the team on his back and carry you right down the field if he needed to, and hoping to see a lot of that from Peyton.
Ball at the near hash for the Lions. They have a drive going on. This is the 12th play of the drive for the Lions. Skelcher takes the snap, gives it to Van Horn, falls to about the 20. Short gain, but they take it. It's going to be third down and 5 now for Carterville with the ball at the 20-yard line.
Along with Caleb Dawson.
3:18 remaining. There's no score, but this is the best scoring opportunity that we've seen here in the ball game. It's the second possession for the Carterville Lions. Third down and 5. Ball rests at the 20-yard line, near hash. Moving right to left on your radio dial. Skelcher, who continues to work from the shotgun. He takes the snap, looks to his right, feels some pressure, spins away, gets away, throws it out, finds a man wide open. Touchdown to Nick Bishing from Brandon Skelcher, a 20-yard touchdown pass for your Carterville Lions.
That looked a little like what Keaton Glover did to us a couple of years ago. Just get loose, and then find somebody wide open out of the blue. And you know, it's nice to kind of give them a little bit of their own medicine sometimes.
2:51 remaining here in the opening quarter. Carterville has scored on a 20-yard touchdown pass to get the first points of the ball game.
Very athletic play by Skelcher.
Riley Crane on to do the extra point kick, and Rangers jump. And we have a whistle. And the officials
equipment warning, maybe?
Making Nick Bishing go to the sideline.
Looks like something equipment.
Maybe his mouthpiece was out. I think that's what it is.
We're going to test our backup holder right now.
You got a number on him? I can't. So Nick Bishing, who does the holding, and he's actually the backup. Bishing is the backup quarterback for the Lions. Can't quite get the number on our holder, but he's set, ready to go. Riley Crane is set. The snap, the hold, the kick is blocked. No good. And with 2:51 on this clock, your Carterville Lions lead it 6-0 here at Benton. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF. 60. No, let's take a 90, at least a 90. Let's actually take 2. Take 2 because this is the water break.
2 minutes. Thank you.
This is News Radio 1340 WJPF Heron, W258DB Heron, 99.5 FM. The IHSA is mandating a much more than commercial or residential lawn care. Joseph McMahon and his crew can do solar bush hogging, tree trimming, or tree removal, landscaping maintenance, and much more. Call 534-8148. Rain or shine, sleet or snow. Call Joe. 534-8148. That's 534-8148.
The share it with a friend deal.
You can come back after this for two if you want another one.
Now bring it back.
Coming back every friendship at McDonald's. Like right now, hurry in and buy a McDouble, McChicken, or 4-piece chicken McNuggets. And get another one for just $1. Order ahead in the McDonald's app and pick up curbside. Price participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Welcome back to Benton High School. Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark with you here on a Friday night, week one of the high school football season. Carterville just scored on a 20-yard touchdown pass from Skelcher to Bishing. The extra point was blocked, and the Lions lead it 6-0. If you want to keep up to date on scores around Southern Illinois, keep in mind that you can head over to 1035ESPN.com and check out the Banterra Bank scoreboard. All of the scores are posted for you right there. That was a good drive by the Carterville Lions.
It was a very good drive. We got a couple of first downs, had a long conversion early on. I'm more interested right now moving forward. I want to see what kind of offense Benton's going to come out again. They packed everybody in and went double tight, full backfield, and tried to run it up the middle 3 times, and you know they've got more weapons than that, so it'll be interesting to see what they're setting us up for.
So Lions are going to kick it away. Riley Crane does the kicking for the Lions. Has it teed at the 40-yard line. Back deep. Rangers have 2 back there. Here's the kick. Kicks it to the far side. And it's taken at about the 7-yard line, bringing it up across the 15 to the 20 to the 25 to about the 27-yard line. And somebody lost their hat out there. One of the players did on that return, but the Rangers are going to have the football for their second possession of the ball game. 2:44 on
like
the clock.
Aiden Hinton out there on that play. So, and I'm sure there's restrictions now on having guys start 2 ways and be on special teams. So you've got to get more people involved.
Absolutely. So the Lions lead at 6-0. 2:44 here on the first quarter clock. Tiffin Kazukas, the junior quarterback, brings his troops to the line of scrimmage. They're moving left to right on your radio dial. 3 receivers out to the far side right. Kazukas is going to keep it right up the middle. He's wrapped up right there at about the 30-yard line. It's going to be a short gain of 3, bringing up 2nd down and 7 from the 30-yard line.
Zach Miller establishing himself there on the front line. He's a hard kid to block, that's for sure.
Zach Miller, let me tell you what, he's starting to get some college offers. He's got 3 of them already. From Millikan, from Quincy University, also University of Mount Union. That he announced this week as Kazukas hands it off. First man through, falls his way out to about the 35-yard line, maybe a little bit short. It's going to bring up 3rd down for the Rangers.
Braden Wakey sniffed that one out down at defensive end. He comes right down the line and catches him at the line of scrimmage. He falls forward for a few yards, but he was hit early.
It's going to be 3rd down and 5 now for the Rangers. Ball rest at the 34-yard line. In the backfield with Kazukas. A.J. Craven on his right hip. 2 receivers out to the far side. That's the left side for Kazukas. 1 to the near.
Tried to draw us off sides there.
Tiffin looks toward the sideline.
We brought our safeties up. Looks like
1
we're playing
second
man
on the
defense.
clock. Gets the snap away. Rolls to his left. Fan throws it deep across the middle. Has a man there. Nice job defensively by Carterville's defense.
Carson Banks.
Carson Banks was out there. There was just 1 receiver, and that was Grant Owens, and Banks was right there to knock the ball to the turf. Great defense by the Carterville Lions, bringing up 4th down now for the Rangers.
I think they saw our man coverage, and we got the blitz in on him, and he got himself just enough room to try to put up a Hail Mary, but Carson was on him the whole way. I mean, I don't know that there was a throw that would have connected on that one.
No, great coverage there by Carson Banks. So now the Rangers are going to have to punt again for the 2nd time in the game. It's 4th down and 5 from the 34-yard line. Bishing is the man back for the Lions. High kick, good kick at about the 33-yard line. Fair catch is called by the Rangers, and that's where the Lions will take over. This Carterville Lions broadcast is brought to you by IBEW Local 702, a proud supporter of Carterville Lions sports. IBEW Local 702, dedicated to providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. With just 1:10 remaining here on the opening quarter, the Lions looking at their 3rd possession here. It's 1st down and 10. The ball is at the 32-yard line, and let's see if the Lions can put back-to-back long drives. That first scoring drive was a 13-play drive that started back at their own 13-yard line. Let's see if they can do it again here.
You know, I'd never count them out because Benton's so well coached and they're always tough kids, but I'm telling you, I think their defense looks a little defeated right now. They're looking around. They look a little confused. Their hands on the hips. They look tired.
Yep. So here comes Skelcher. Yeah, and a whistle.
Coach Dial saw something he didn't like.
So a timeout is taken by Coach Brent Dial and your Carterville Lions. 6-0 is the score with 1:10 remaining here in the first quarter. We'll take a break. We'll be back in 60 here on News Radio WJPF. Hey, everybody online, good evening to you. Thank you for tuning in.
Coach Drust.
Yep.
Coach Drust down here with Coach Dunning.
It is 1st and 10 for the Lions after the timeout and the quick pitch to the far side taken out of bounds. It's going to be a short gain for the Lions. Gain of about 3 yards, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 7. Carterville scored on their 2nd possession of the game, a 20-yard pass from Brandon Skelcher to Nick Bishing. Lions now looking at 2nd down and 8 officially with the ball at the 32-yard line.
Spreading the ball around a little bit. That one went to Parker Poole. It's the first time we've got him involved in the offense here.
It's the give to Peyton Van Horn right up the middle. 1st down and more. Gets to the 45 out near midfield. What a run from Peyton Van Horn as he just blew through the linebacker, took him out of the way, and falls forward to the midfield line.
Picked up about 17 yards to get that ball all the way to midfield, and he wasn't far from breaking that one either.
No, it was an ankle grabber there that brought him to the turf, but he just blew up the linebacker that came in to try to put the stop on him. So it's 1st and 10 again for the Lions from midfield. Skelcher, one receiver to the far side, one to the near, one in the backfield with him. Skelcher's going to keep it, has a gain of about 3, 4 maybe. He gets out to the 46-yard line of the Rangers.
We had a double pull on that. We pulled our guard and tackle to lead through the hole, and we've got a couple of big linemen to get behind. We may be young, but we've got some size down there.
20 seconds remaining here in the quarter. It is 2nd down and 6 for the Lions. With the ball at the 44, are they going to let the clock run out?
They are going to let it run out.
Looks like they are. There's just 10 seconds, and Carterville scored on the 20-yard touchdown pass from Brandon Skelcher to Nick Bishing. That's the only score in the game. Lions lead it 6-0. Stay with us. We got 2nd quarter action coming up here on News Radio WJPF. It's a 2-minute timeout. 2-minute timeout because of the heat breaks. Yeah. Yeah, they will.
Invitational Saturday. Going to start at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Our girls draw for President of Farmland White County.
We sound okay on your end, Brian?
Competition begins at 4 o'clock.
Stream's okay too?
Travel to Marion on Saturday to play the Lady Wildcats Tennis Invitational. That tournament begins at 9:30. The BCHS varsity volleyball team plays on Saturday, the 26th, at the Southern Illinois River to River Conference Championship Tournament in Carterville. Pool play begins at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Remember, the next varsity football tournament.
Let's go 30 here. 30 here.
Friday will be hosted test match. Game time will begin at 7 o'clock. Gates will open at 6.
Carterville Lion football as we start play here in the second quarter. It's 2nd down and 6 from the Ranger 46-yard line here on your Friday night. Lions lead at 6-0. Skelcher takes a snap. Van Horn right up the middle, plowed right there. And he didn't pick up anything. They're going to say no gain. Actually, maybe about a half-yard gain, I believe now. So bring up 3rd and 5 for the Lions as the ball is right at the 45 of the Rangers. A year ago, these two teams played. Carterville came away with a 28-0 win, and that was the only regular season loss for the Benton Rangers. They rattled off 8 in a row, eventually losing in the first round of the playoffs to Olympia. Skelcher from the near hash, moving left to right, throws it out to the far side. That's Bishing. Makes a move and gains about a yard and a half, where he's brought down just short of the 43-yard line. So now Carterville is facing a 4th down that they haven't had to face since their first drive of the game when they had to punt the ball on 4th and 9.
Benton's trying to apply some pressure from the outside. They're walking the backers up and sending a lot of people trying to disrupt our backfield. That way he doesn't get a chance to get rid of those easy passes.
Lions show punt. Riley Crane takes the snap, gets it away, short kick. It's going to hit just around the 30, right at the 30, and takes a Carterville bounce down to about the 20-yard line, where Carterville puts a hand on the ball, brings it down right there. So the Rangers are going to have the football for their 3rd possession of the game, and that's with 10:34 showing on the clock here in the second quarter.
Well, we've seen 2 different offenses from Benton so far. It'll be interesting to see what they come back out in here.
Tiffin Kazukas, the quarterback, ball at the near hash. Right to left on your dial. Sends one receiver to the far side. They have him stacked on the near side, right at the 20. Kazukas, 2 running backs, left and right hip. Takes the snap. Gives it to the second man through, spun down at the 25-yard line, as on the carry for the Rangers. Number 46, that is Riley Spencer, who picked up a gain of 6 on that carry.
Brought down by Miller again. He ends up pulling him down from behind.
2nd down and 4 now for the Rangers from the 26-yard line. Clock rolls, 10:04 remaining here in the second quarter. Man, there's a lot of people in the backfield for the Rangers. There's 2 left and right. Kazukas gives it once again to his running back, Spencer. Spencer gets out short of the first down marker. He's going to be about a yard short, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 1 now for Coach Justin Groves and the Rangers.
Luke Johnson playing that inside linebacker position. Runs him down. That's a good addition, good athletic player right there on the defensive side.
They say it's 3rd and 4. Officially on the 3rd and 1.
Looks like a 3rd and 1, yeah.
Kazukas, he's going to keep it. That Miller and the Rangers lost yardage on that, and now they're facing a 4th down play.
Pretty much takes the decision, makes it an easy decision here. They're going to have to punt.
Yeah,
whereas if you stop them at the line of scrimmage, you know, they may try to press the envelope a little bit, but that couldn't have worked out any better for us.
Somebody went the wrong way for Kazukas, and he had no choice but to pull it down and try to get away and escape, and he couldn't do that as Doan was right there to wrap him up. 4th and 16 now for the Rangers. Coming in last second for the Lions is Luke Johnson. Sets up at that tight end position, and it is the give to Peyton Van Horn. Found a little opening there. Big gain of about 6 for the Carterville Lions, bringing up 2nd down and 4 now.
You know, we're showing some signs of being able to move the ball. I mean, our offensive line, we've made a couple of mistakes and missed a few, but, you know, for a young line like we have, we've opened up a few holes for them. That's been a nice job so far.
2nd down and 4 from the 49. Skelch gets the ball. Once again, it's Van Horn. He just puts his head down and just plows right over the top. He gets a nice block out near the 1st down marker. That is a short mark, but it's going to be about a yard short, bringing up 3rd down and 1. The mark, 1st down marker is at the 47-yard line of the Rangers. So it's 3rd down and 1. Ball at the 48 of the Rangers. Who's going to get it?
We may put the ball in the air here.
3rd and 1. Will it be Van Horn? Tried to get him to jump. Skelcher tried to get the Rangers to jump. They did not do so. Play clock down to 8, 7, 6. Now they put the ball in play.
There we go.
There's Van Horn. 1st down and more ball on the turf, though. Rangers are there. And the Benton Rangers win the first turnover battle of the ball game as Van Horn coughed it up. And
fumble recovery by Ryder Watson there. That might be a little energy, a little boost that they needed.
so the Rangers get the first fumble recovery. So now the Rangers, big break there. 7:02 of the 2nd quarter. So it's going to be 1st down and 10. The ball from the 49-yard line of the Rangers.
Another full backfield.
They look to the near sideline, and Justin Groves has to call a timeout. Coach David Brown not very happy.
Well, they only had 10 guys on the field.
Yep, and they had to call a timeout. We'll take a break here. We'll pause for 30 here. Lions lead at 6-0. Rangers have the football, though, on News Radio WJPF. Back at Benton, Dave McKenzie along with Keenan Clark. Lions lead at 6-0 with 7:02 on the clock. And the Benton Rangers, after that fumble recovery, their offense comes out to the field and they have to take a timeout because they're missing one, and I believe it was Grant Owens that wasn't on the field. They only had 10 guys on the offensive side of the ball, and Coach David Brown had a conversation with Mr. Owens.
You know, he wasn't too happy, but your team gets a big turnover and you want to capitalize on that momentum, and you want to get out there and get the ball moving as quickly as possible. Get Carterville dealing with frustrations, but now they've had a chance to collect themselves, and you know, you might work to Carterville's advantage for sure.
So Kazukas brings his Rangers to the line of scrimmage. Ball is on the far hash. Week 1 of the high school football season. Kazukas has a running back left side, running back to his right. He's going to look to throw. Man open down the right side, ball in the air, nice catch, and a great job defensively to reach in and rip that ball out for the Carterville Lions, as it was
Parker Poole on the defense there.
And the receiver went up, high-pointed the ball.
He really wasn't turned around playing the ball so much. He was playing the receiver, but as soon as the receiver made contact, he just worked it right out of his hands.
The receiver did a good job going up and high-pointing the ball.
He did.
And,
it was a good throw.
Parker Poole was able to rip it out. So it's 2nd down and 10 now from the 49 for the Rangers. They'll try it again. Trips to the left side now. Dropping back, Kazukas has a little pressure, steps up, has more pressure, sidesteps a defender, now out to midfield, pull down from behind, and flags come in from 2 different officials, and I think it may be a horse collar it's called on the Lions.
Yeah, when 2 guys saw it like that, it's going to be a horse collar or a face mask. I didn't see a late hit.
I didn't see the late hit. I think it may be a horse collar. We'll see as they make the official. That's the first penalty on the Lions here in the game. It comes at the 6:44 mark. Horse collar is what's called. And that's a personal foul, so a 15-yard.
Yeah.
Big one. That's going to move the ball down to about the 35-yard line. So they do. They
You saw his mobility at that time.
Yeah.
He shook a couple of guys. I thought Chandler Jones was going to be able to pull him down in the backfield, and he slipped right through his fingers.
1st and 10 now from the 35 for the Rangers. They got something brewing here. They trail 6-0.
Is that their first down?
Yes, I'll have to look. As Kazukas looks to throw, rolls to his right, pressure coming out to get him. He has to throw it away. Great job defensively. Braden Wakey out in front of him, and I think that may have been Riley Crane that was trying to chase him down as well.
I didn't see an intended receiver, and we just got a late flag from the backfield.
Yep. So it'll be intentional grounding on Kazukas.
There it is. Yep.
So that's going to give some of the yardage back to the Lions. Yeah, there was nobody out there because he had pressure from Braden Wakey, Riley Crane, all up in his grill.
That may be a spot foul, too.
And it is. Well, they're trying to figure out if it's a spot foul or not. They're going to put the ball down at the.
Right there, he's going to start the foul from where he threw the ball. So instead of taking the sack, when you throw it, you lose 5 yards, and it might be a loss of down.
So it brings it back to the 49-yard line. That's a big penalty. 6.5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. 2nd and 25 now for the Rangers. Trips to the left side. Throwing situation for Kazukas and the Rangers. Tries to get Carterville to jump. They do not. Looks to the near side. Dave Brown puts in the play call. Confusion on the Rangers' offensive side as Grant Owens and Kazukas have a conversation. 2-1. They can't get the play off, and timeout is called by the Benton Rangers.
They did get a timeout in because he threw a flag back here. Nope, that's a delay of game.
Delay of game. This isn't what you would expect to see from Benton. Not like this.
No, I think it's not going their way at this moment.
Third and 30 now as they put the ball at the Ranger 46-yard line. We'll take it for Carterville fans. I know that.
For sure.
So now you just want to pick up what you can here. 6.5 minutes remaining. 2nd and 30 for the team in maroon. Kazukas rolls to his left, wants to throw. Pressure from behind. Great pressure from behind. He has to keep it. Drug out of bounds and brought down from behind defensively by Luke Johnson.
A lot of Lions in pursuit on that one. He didn't have a whole lot of options. It looked like he ran a long way, but I don't know that he picked up anything.
So now it's 3rd down and long.
He may have lost a yard.
I think he did. He did. 3rd and 29. The ball from the 47-yard line. Ball's on the near hash now, right below us here at Tabor Field. Looking to throw. Kazukas throws it deep down the middle and overshoots his receiver. His intended receiver was Jesser Cepeda, and it was about 2 or 3 yards too long, and it falls to the turf, so now it's 4th down for the Rangers.
Yeah, he even got a little separation on Bishing there. I think Bishing looked back for the ball, and he lost his man for just a second. Luckily, he was overthrown, because if he connects on that one, probably not going to run him down.
So with 6:16 remaining here in the second quarter, Carterville's D holds, and they forced the Rangers now into a punting situation. This will be the first, second, third, fourth punt of the game. Kick is a low liner, and it hits at about the 25-yard line, and Carterville just falls on it at about the 13-yard line. That's where they'll take over right there. This Lions broadcast, don't forget, we've got our halftime show coming up, and our post-game show. We're going to have our Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating Player of the Game. Don't forget, if you're looking for scores from around Southern Illinois, just head over to 1035ESPN.com. Check out the Banterra Bank scoreboard. All the scores are updated for you right there. 6:06 remaining here in the second quarter. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Lions with the ball at the 13-yard line. And there's a new member, not just you, my friend.
Oh, yeah?
There is a new member to the River Radio sports team that we're going to talk about at halftime.
Oh, can't wait.
Yeah. We'll give you all the details coming up on that. So it is 1st and 10 from the 13 for Carterville from the far hash. As it is the give to Peyton Van Horn, runs right into the stack, and he falls forward for a gain of about 2, bringing up 2nd down and 8 from the 15-yard line. A warm, muggy night in Southern Illinois. Temperatures all the way down to 86. But you know what? This next week, it's going to be in the 80s for the highs. We'll take that.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. And congratulations for surviving the heat wave here in the last week. Skelcher rolls to his right. Finds an open man. That's
catch.
Bishing at the 30, and he had to reach up behind him to grab that ball. Bishing has great hands. Carterville just picked up another 1st down.
It was a great throw. I mean, it was a little bit behind him, but he put the ball where only Bishing could get to it and made a very nice catch. Had good protection. I mean, I'm counting out there. I see 3 new offensive linemen this year. You got Storm Snyder and Grant Gibbons and Cole Sims.
Yep.
All coming in with not a whole lot of varsity experience, and they've done a fine job.
Yeah, and Jackson Smith is a beast too. Throw.
He is.
Oh, throw out on the far side, and on the reception was Parker Poole, and he got popped as soon as he caught the ball. But there's a flag.
I thought we saw a flag. Yeah.
Also, Kobe.
It's going to be a hold on the Lions, so that'll back them up. Doesn't look like they moved the ball. They give.
I haven't seen an official declaration yet.
No. They must have picked up the flag. So now, 2nd down and 12 for the Lions.
This is manageable.
From the 28-yard line. They had a 2nd and 12 earlier in the game and got a 1st down. Skelcher's in trouble, and he just has to hold on to it, and he's piled up on at about the 25-yard line. That just went, there was nothing to do there.
Yeah, he ran out of options real quick on that. It looked like a design draw. I thought he was trying to throw a little pump fake and a fake handoff, a little pump fake. It looked like he was going to roll off to the weak side, and there just wasn't anything there. Loss
of 2 on that play. 3rd down and 15 now from the 25-yard line. So here come the Lions. They need a 1st down. 3:40 remaining here in the opening quarter. 3rd down and 15 from the 25. Skelcher gives it to Aiden Hinton. Hinton into the game, out across the 30-yard line, falls forward at about the 34-yard line. And I talked about it earlier. Boy, how nice is it to have guys coming in off of the sideline that are 6'4", 211.
He spent last season on crutches, just trying to recover. But it's my understanding that he's had a really good start of the season in practice, and I think we're going to see him a lot this year too.
Yeah, and
that was a nice little burst he put on.
Yeah, that was a whistle that stops play, and a timeout is called by the Rangers. So we will take a break as well. 2:58 remaining here in the first half. Carterville holding on to a 6-0 lead. We will be back in 60 seconds here on News Radio WJPF. 4th and 7 for the Lions, and they're going to kick it away. And it's taken, a fair catch taken at the 35-yard line.
I'm a little curious about that timeout.
Yeah,
we were about to snap the ball. They have 2 timeouts remaining with only 3 minutes to go, and they're down 6. I
think they were missing a player. I think they had 10 guys on the field again.
Okay. Again, a week 1 issue. You don't really get to fully execute all your subbing and whatnot in practice. It's hard to simulate that, but yeah, they may want that timeout back here in just a little bit.
Yeah, because there's only 2:52 remaining here at the until halftime. Coming up, we will recap what little scoring we've seen here in our contest. There's scores from around Southern Illinois that we'll try to pick up the latest scores on. And, all the games, times were pushed back, and I'm still not even clear on all of them, but we'll try to give you the scores that we do have. And, of course, tonight, really, the other big game in the area, Keenan, is Carbondale at Murphy, the big Jackson County rivalry.
It's always a big rivalry over there. And
tomorrow night is the Williamson County rivalry, Marion at Heron. And so we got football for you on Friday night, football for you here coming up tomorrow night with Murph and Hudson on 103.5 ESPN. Carterville leads this game 6-0. A 20-yard touchdown pass from Brandon Skelcher to Nick Bishing. That was the scoring play on a 13-play drive by the Lions back in the first quarter on their second possession. Coming out of the timeout now, it is Ranger football just below us. Ball at the 35-yard line. 2:52 remaining. 2 receivers out to the far side for Tiffin Kazukas, the quarterback. The junior takes the snap, gives it to his running back, tripped up at the line of scrimmage, falls forward. And to get a hand on the running back was Andrew Johnson for the Carterville Lions.
We've seen him and Riley Crane in on a lot of tackles there in the backfield.
2nd and 8 now for the Rangers from the 37-yard line.
See, we brought Braden Wakey back in, play the end again.
Kazukas checks the armband. He operates from the shotgun as well. Puts a man in motion, his running back. Throws it out across the middle. It's caught there by Schaefer. And Schaefer's going to be about 3 yards short of a first down, but the pass was completed. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 3 now for the Rangers.
He just found a little soft spot in the zone and turned around and waited for the ball. When he caught it, he probably grabbed another yard or 2 falling forward.
Gained 5 on that pass. So it is 3rd down and 3. Clock rolls under 2 minutes to play, 1:50 to be exact. Rangers would like to get some points on the board going in at half. Kazukas claps his hands, gives it to the second man through. And that was
Andrew
Spencer
Johnson
on the
again.
carry. And I think he's going to be short of a first down.
From our perspective, it looked like he was hit and went down a little short. But
4th and 1 now.
Interesting decision here. There's still a minute to go.
From the 44-yard line. Looks like the Rangers are bringing their punt team on.
May take their 6-point game and hope their defense can hold it there.
Clock rolls, though. 10 seconds on the play clock, and players are just now coming off the sideline. They need to get set. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They get the snap away, the kick away. Bishing is going to let it go out of bounds over on the far sideline, and Carterville is going to have 49.3 seconds on the clock to do something here. Boy, wouldn't you like to get another score here going in at half?
Yeah, with 49 seconds, you could take a couple of shots right here.
6-0 is the score, though. And what an atmosphere for high school football. A warm night, but that didn't keep the fans away, and we appreciate you watching here and listening on NewsRadio WJPF. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, we appreciate you tuning in. If you're listening on WJPF.com, hey, we're streaming the radio broadcast on WJPF.com this year. You got the Carterville broadcast, Carbondale broadcast on WJPF.com. That's awesome. And thanks to River Radio for setting that up this year. So the Lions looking at 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Skelcher gives it to Hinton. Hinton out to the 40-yard line where he spun down.
You've got 2 timeouts. You can afford to run the ball, especially if you've got somebody like Hinton who's more of a, he can break free and outrun some people to the end zone. So
he's coming in to give Peyton Van Horn a breather here. And
we may be sitting on it, though.
Yeah. 26 seconds remaining as the clock continues to roll. Maybe one more play.
That might be it.
They're going to come to the line of scrimmage. Down to 17, 16, 15. They get the snap away. Skelcher's just going to throw it up. Nobody is there. Oh, right there, but out of bounds. And
he's going to count it.
That's going to be a catch for the
and
Lions.
Out of bounds.
Who is that on the reception for Carterville?
That looks like Mason Watts.
Mason Watts.
Nice catch. Very nice play.
He went up and just ripped the ball out of the defender's hand. It is 1st and 10 now from the Ranger 39. Carterville's got a chance here. 9 seconds on the clock. Skelcher gives it to Aiden Hinton. Hinton across 35, gets away. 20, 10, 5, touchdown Carterville Lions.
No flags on. Oh, we've got a flag in the backfield.
Oh, we'll see what it's going to be. A hold. I promise you it's going to be a hold. The flag is at the 34, holding Carterville Lions. Oh, my. Oh, my. With 1 second remaining.
But let's not lose sight of the run of Aiden Hinton.
No.
He found a hole and got some separation.
Yes, he did.
And when I saw there was one guy left to beat, I kind of felt like if it's a man-on-man situation, he's got a good advantage.
Carterville is going to have another opportunity here. As we have a timeout, we'll just keep it here. They're going to have an opportunity. There's just 1 tick left. If Brett Dial's calling a play, he's dialing up something. No pun intended.
No pun
there.
intended.
See what I did?
I got you.
But it's got to go to the end zone. The Carterville leads at 6-0. They'd love to come away, and I thought we were going to have it there on the 39-yard run from Aiden Hinton, but it's called back on the hold in the backfield. But a nice job by Hinton to find the hold, found the lane, kicked it to the outside, and was able to get to the end zone, but the hold brings it back.
Looks like Benton is sending 6 defenders back to within the 20. Now they're bringing one up.
So it is. Ball is back at the 43-yard line. It is 1st and 10 from the 43 after that penalty.
Well, there's a big soft area right there behind the linebackers.
1st and 18 instead. Skelcher takes the snap, looks to throw, throws it across the middle, off the shoulder pad of Nick Bishing. It falls to the turf, incomplete, and that is going to end the first half of action. Fear not, Lions fans, they have a 6-0 lead as both teams are going to head to the locker room, take a little breather. We are going to take our first break here of our halftime show and continue, kind of wrap up the scoring and wrap up scores from around Southern Illinois. It's all coming up next here on News Radio WJPF. Okay.
Decisions are made locally. There are locations throughout Southern Illinois to serve you. First Southern Bank is community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Online at firstsouthernbank.net.
When it comes to air conditioning and heating, there's only one name you need to know. Over 40 years ago, Charlie decided if he was going to put his name on his air conditioning and heating business, he better do things right. So we decided to make sure Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating would be a company you could depend on. Charlie's would love to be your air conditioning and heating company. Only one name you need to know. Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating. Charlie'sAirandHeat.com. John A. Logan College is proud to support area high schools in the classroom and on the playing field. John A. Logan offers high school students the opportunity to earn college credit while in high school. Students can get a jump start on their college careers while saving money. After high school, students can easily transition to one of the college's career and technical education
Welcome back to Benton High School. Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark with you here on a Friday night where we are at the half, and we saw a little bit of sloppiness from both teams early on, but Carterville settled down on that second drive, Keenan Clark, and they started at their own 13-yard line, marched it down 13 plays later. It was a 20-yard touchdown pass from Brandon Skelcher to Nick Bishing, and that was a beautiful play and exactly what the doctor ordered for the Lions.
Yeah, they needed that, kind of, break through that seal just a little bit and get that first scoring. And like you said, it's the only scoring we've seen so far, but thank goodness our defense has really looked good tonight.
Touchdown came at the 2:51 mark of the first quarter. The extra point was blocked, and that's where we stand right now. 6-0 Lions have the lead. Each team, Carterville had 3 possessions in the first quarter. Benton had 2. Carterville's had 4 possessions here in the second quarter. Benton has had 3. Benton has had to punt every one of their possessions here this evening, and I thought Carterville was going to score the touchdown late there on the run from Aiden Hinton, but a holding penalty called it back, and that would kind of a big penalty when you look at it now.
Yeah, that was a tough break. I mean, you give a nice run by Hinton to kind of set yourself up for that. They open up the field and he gets loose, and it was just an unfortunate break there.
The Carterville leads it 6-0, and I would have to say that overall, Coach Brett Dowell's probably pretty happy with what he's seen in the first half. Well,
what I've seen is that our kids are playing hard. I don't see us dragging at all. I don't see us complaining or getting chippy. It felt like our kids are just getting after it, and he's going to be pleased with that regardless of the result. But yeah, he's going to be pleased. His defenses look good. He's moved the ball pretty well. He just can't quite get in the end zone. But that's football sometimes.
I don't think there's any doubt that we saw a case of the nerves from both teams on their opening drives tonight.
Oh, no doubt. Because look at the number of kids that we have that, this is the first time they're really getting some major playing time at the varsity level, and Van Horn's played well. Hinton's had a couple of nice runs when he stepped up there. Bishing, obviously, Skelcher, like our skill kids have looked really, really good. And our offensive line is they're trying to find their way right now. They've done a good job of getting holes at times, and other times, there's a little confusion up front, but that's just, again, that's week 1. That's going to happen with any team.
It's probably happening at every high school football field
Absolutely.
in the state tonight.
Yeah.
6-0 is our score here as the Carterville Lions lead the Benton Rangers, and the Benton High School marching Rangers are out on the field. It's turned out to be a nice night. It's muggy. It's 85 degrees right now, but our game time temp I think was 91 at the kickoff, and but it's turned out to be a comfortable night. And this last week not only have you the listeners had to deal with the heat, but these kids have had to deal with it with practice. They've had their practice schedules where they had to go inside and work. They had to wait till late to practice. One thing about kids, they are resilient.
They are, and these new protocols that are out now. I mean, that's for their protection, and coaches are abiding by it, and the kids they'll adjust.
Kids are tough. They are, and resilient and flexible, and all of that rolled up into one. But this next week, weather-wise, it's going to get back to where actually it's going to be a little bit cooler than normal, I do believe, and so. We should have some outstanding weather next Friday night for the Carterville Lions football. 6-0 is our score here. We are at the half in Benton. We're going to go on and take another break. There's a new member to the River Radio staff in addition to Mr. Keenan Clark. We're going to tell you about that coming up next here on NewsRadio WJPF.
I'm good right now, thank you.
go put that back in that cooler. Thanks.
Concession stand is still open. They have Gatorade, Pepsi, water, candy, nachos, popcorn, pickles, and hot dogs.
Okay. Welcome back to Benton High School. Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark with you here on a Friday night. Keenan, of course, my new broadcast partner for the season. And earlier today, River Radio announced a new addition to our sports family.
You going to let us in on that secret?
Huh?
Are you going to let us in on that?
I will. It's a name everybody knows.
Oh, yeah?
Darren Kennard is coming over.
Oh, that's fantastic.
To River Radio, and yeah, we're super excited because we're going to have our River Radio Sports Central, and Darren just is sports in Southern Illinois from the media standpoint, and of course years at Channel 3, and has just done an outstanding job since he left Channel 3, and Carterville and River Radio. Is going to be able to benefit from his years of experience and his fine production, and excited to see Darren coming over. So we'll be releasing more details on the websites you can go to. He's going to keep you up to date on everything high school sports in Southern Illinois, in addition to our fine sports staff that we have, and looking forward to working with Darren.
You couldn't have said that better. When you said Darren Kennard is Southern Illinois sports, that's what I think of when I think of Darren Kennard. And it's been like that for a long, long time, and I've known him for a long time, and he's just a fantastic individual and will be a great addition for sure.
He's one of the good guys.
Oh, no doubt.
You know, he's one of the good guys.
I can't imagine he has any enemies. And when you're in a profession like he is, at some point in time you would think that there would be people who were, offended or wanted a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that, a little bit more of his time, and I just don't think he's ever upset anyone. I don't want to jinx him. Don't get me wrong.
maybe tonight.
He's
maybe
just,
tonight
like you said, he's one of the good guys for sure.
He is. Hey, let's talk about, Carterville's making the switch from the Mississippi side of the conference. We talked about it in our pregame show. But now they're on the Ohio side. And let's talk about the schedule. Next Friday night, Carterville's going to be home. And let me tell you what, the Nashville Hornets come to Carterville, and Nashville's always tough. They're just like Benton. They're always tough. And what a tough start to the season for the Lions, facing Benton week 1, Nashville week 2.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing when Nashville's in your conference and you have to play them, but now we're volunteering to play them. I'm going to ask Brett Dowley.
What was he thinking?
It must have been hot when he made that decision.
Yeah, what was he thinking? Week 3 will be on the road at West Frankfort. Week 4 will be home versus Heron. Now, Carterville has 4 home games in a row. Heron, St. Joseph Ogden is coming to Carterville this year. I think we go up there. That's going to be homecoming night for the Lions. And then Harrisburg and Massac County. And then the final 2 games of the year will be on the road, and they're big ones. Murfreesboro week 8, AJ week 9. But I like this year. I love the 4 home games in a row. Next year, not so much a fan, but this year I love the 4 home games in a row.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
Of course, when we're at home, you know how it is when we're sitting on that side of the football field and that sun's going down.
Yep.
It's not easy to see that game early in the season for the first quarter or so.
This is true. Hey, we're going to go on and take another break here on our Southern Illinois Rejuvenation halftime report. And when we come back, we'll continue here from Benton High School. Lions lead it 6-0 on News Radio WJPF. Brian, is this break 1 or break 2? Oh, okay. Lost track. All right, bub. Thank you. Okay. Hey, everybody online, good evening to you.
Parents Club sponsors this year. Benton Elflod, 1, 2, 3, 4. A Ben Pawn Shop, Great Fine Jewelry. Drew Florence and Transport. Shed Design. JW Custom Cabinets by Jared Carl.
I've been on the other side of that. It's great to get the online feed and be able to watch from home and have the radio simultaneous with it. That's perfect.
It was up over 200 people earlier. Okay. Sure. Back at Benton High School, Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark. I just want to say thanks to Ryan Miller and everybody here at Benton. Thank you for the fans. One thing you'll learn about me, Keenan Clark, if you need anything for a broadcast, just come check my car. I've got it in there somewhere. Brought the little desktop fan.
Yeah.
I've learned over the years, always a good idea.
It is a great
especially
idea
in August to have a little fan. But fans all over the place up here. The cool beverages to help quench the thirst. But it's been a good night so far for the Lions.
I've been in a few press boxes, not a lot, just through coaching and announcing the game here and there over the years. And I told you I contacted my friend Danny Serwinski, who does the radio for Benton over here, and he says there's no air conditioning in this one because I've not been here. He said you better dress appropriately, so I appreciate that advice from him.
Bucky Dent here in the box tonight, wearing the Hawaiian shirt, trying to stay cool, splashing a little water on the face.
He's dressed like our Carterville Crazies tonight.
Yes.
They're in Hawaiian tonight.
They
It's
are.
Aloha night.
Over on the far sideline, but it's what do you want to see out of the Lions coming second half here?
Well, again, I'd like to see them sustain a couple of more drives. I mean, defensively, we're doing a really nice job. I really like to make sure everybody stays healthy. It's that second half of week one where that's when the cramps start to set in and you start to have, some dehydration issues. I want everybody to stay healthy, but whatever it takes to keep a minimum 1-point lead, I'm for that.
Rangers are going to have the ball coming out at the half, and you can bet that Coach Justin Groves and they've been forced into let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 punts in the first half. That's all they've been able to do. They're toward the end. They had one sustained drive that went 7 plays, but then they had to punt the ball away. Carterville's defense has been really, really good tonight.
They've applied a lot of pressure. I feel like we've got somebody in the backfield all the time, and I think both teams are doing that, especially early in the year. You try to create a little confusion when you're on defense, and you send a lot and try to, just confuse the offense, confuse the lines, and both teams have been just sending the house.
We're going to go on and take our final break here. On our halftime report, it's brought to you by SI Rejuvenation here. And when we come back, we're going to have second half action. Lions lead it 6-0 on the road at Benton, week 1 of the IHSA High School Football playoffs here on, not playoffs, it's not playoff season yet, High School Football season on News Radio WJPF.
We got Coach Samuel and Coach Gerald's over here throwing passes. Neither one of them were skill players when they were in high school, by the way. Now, Joel Sambursky, I'll let him throw some passes.
Yeah. Welcome back to Benton High School. Dave McKenzie and Keenan Clark with you here, updating our Banterra Bank scoreboard here for you this evening. Looking at some other games around Southern Illinois at the half. Harrisburg leads Anna Jonesboro. That score is 18-14. Murfreesboro leads Carbondale in the second quarter 15-7. And let's see here. Nashville leads Carlisle 28-8. No score on Redbirds and Massac County. I think that's a 9 o'clock start, so it may just be underway. Looking at other scores, as we mentioned, Red Devils over Carbondale. Mount Vernon and Waterloo, no score. That's a 9 o'clock start here this evening. And Marion and Heron will play tomorrow night. Looking at some Black Diamond teams, Carmi White County leads Flora 30-0. Sesser over Hamco 14-0, a first quarter score. And looking through here, Sesser, did I say that? Sesser leads Hamco 14-0. And that is all of the scores that we're getting right now. Don't forget, if you're looking for scores from around Southern Illinois, just head over to 103.5 ESPN. It's our Banterra Bank scoreboard. You'll find all the scores updated right there. Rangers and the Lions are back out on the field as we head to the second half of football. Carterville leads at 6-0. But the Rangers are going to have the ball to start play here in the second half. And we'll see if that Carterville D can hold up like they have in the first half tonight, Keenan.
Yeah, let's hope, a big thing is you want to make sure your defense gives your offense a little bit shorter field to work with. You don't want to, the bend but don't break is a good defense to have, but I'd rather shut them out and make them punt early so that we can get the ball around midfield.
Carterville tees it up at the 40-yard line. Rangers send two players back deep to receive.
Riley Crane's got the ball on the tee here.
So back to receive the kick is Grant Owens for Benton. He and one other Ranger there, and it's a squib kick on the ground, and it's fielded right at the 33-yard line. Picked up by Riley Spencer of the Benton Rangers. So Benton is going to have it first down and 10 from their own 33-yard line.
Chandler Jones is a new addition to the defensive line. He's kind of a converted. They brought a pretty good athlete. He's really strong in here, and I see him around a lot of plays. He's really creating some chaos in his first night there in that position.
Tiffin Kazukas, the quarterback for the Rangers, has two running backs in the backfield, two receivers to the far side, one to the near. Looks to throw on first down, throws it, and it's caught short of the 40-yard line. Nice reception there for the Benton Rangers on the catch. It is Cepeda.
Carson Banks gave him a little bit of space there, but he closed quickly. As soon as he caught the ball, he was wrapped up and brought down. So sometimes you have to concede that spot just a little bit.
Ball at the 38-yard line, second down and 5 for the Rangers. They are moving right to left here. First possession of the second half. Kazukas claps his hands, fakes the handoff, pitches it back now. Option pass, man wide open, big breakdown, just floated it up, and that is going to be a big, long touchdown for the Benton Rangers, as it is going to be a 62-yard touchdown option pass. I didn't see who the option man was.
I didn't either.
But Benton, 62-yard pass on the option. And we'll try to pick up who that was. But that quickly tied it up, and that was a defensive breakdown by the Lions.
Yeah, Benton obviously had seen something. Somebody was leaving their post or coming up early on that pitch, and they decided to exploit it. That's just what they do.
So we're tied at 6, 11-12 remaining. Big play. That's really the second big play of the game. Carterville had the 20-yard touchdown pass. It was a big play. So that's the first one for the Rangers. The snap on the extra point is bobbled. It's thrown up toward the back of the end zone, tipped away, incomplete. And
that's a big one right there, too.
That is huge right there. The extra point, no good for the Rangers. Carterville's extra point was no good on their touchdown, and as we head with 11-12 here in the third quarter, we are all tied at 6. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF. Bucky, did you get? I didn't get through the option one on the pass. Okay. Owens. Owens had the reception. Yeah, find out who threw it.
Kinsman threw it.
Who?
Kinsman, 23.
23.
Yeah.
23 Kinsman.
It wasn't exactly Ed Marino, but he got the job done.
It's effective. Tie ball game at Benton. It was a 62-yard option touchdown pass. Kazukas, the option to Kinsman. Kinsman found Owens with nobody around him.
Wide open.
Carried it 62 yards for the touchdown, and we are tied 6-6. So Carterville is going to get the ball back now as the kickoff is away. It's a line drive. It's going to hit, and it's going to go out of bounds. And good field position for the Lions here after the ball goes out of bounds. But that was a huge play by the Benton Rangers.
That's exactly what Benton needed. They needed a quick score, come out and level the game out and start over, and that's exactly what they got. But we haven't had the ball yet this half. Let's see what we've got. Let's see what we drew up. What did we put on the chalkboard at halftime?
Would it be tit for tat? It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Carterville's going to have the ball at their own 35-yard line to start here after the ball goes out of bounds. So, tie ball game, 6-6. Exactly how I thought this game would probably go.
Yeah.
Not pretty, tight. That's just kind of what I expected. Skelcher gives it to his running back. That is Peyton Van Horn that plows his way forward for about 4 yards on the carry, bringing up second down now for the Lions. It's going to be a 2nd and 7 with the ball at the 38-yard line for Carterville. Carterville's moving left to right on your dial here this evening. Temperature hanging right around 85 degrees right now. So Skelcher looks to throw, throws it across the middle, has a man wide open. Getting away, and yes, it's going to be on the reception. That is going to be Parker Poole on the 62-yard touchdown. We talked about tit for tat right there.
It was.
That was it. 62-yard touchdown pass from Brandon Skelcher to Parker Poole for the Lions.
I think that was similar to what they ran to Watts earlier. They had the matchup that they wanted, and they went right at. They saw a one-on-one, and they just went right to it. Put a nice play, and Parker actually had to break a tackle. He was getting tugged on a little bit, but he got through it.
62-yard touchdown pass from Skelcher to Parker Poole. The snap on the extra point is going. Hit the upright. No good. So it is 12-6 Carterville. They've missed both of their extra points here this evening. But we have a 12-6 lead for the Lions with 10:23 remaining here in the third quarter. We'll be back in 60 seconds here on News Radio WJPF. 12-6 is our score. Carterville Lions just scored on a 62-yard pass play from Brandon Skelcher to Parker Poole to take the 6-point lead. Another squib kick by the Lions goes out of bounds, and that's going to give the ball to the Rangers at their own 35 as well. But what a play, Skelcher to Parker Poole, and nice job by Poole to fight off the defender.
He did. It's shaping up to be a much more exciting second half than what it was the first half.
Well, and you mentioned it, just a few minutes ago. Rangers must have seen something on the Carterville defensive side, and likewise, Carterville saw something defensively from the Rangers that they wanted to go deep like that.
So much about it is adjustments and things that you can do during the game, and halftime gives you an opportunity to kind of get all your minds together, get everybody together, and think through some stuff. So that helped.
1st and 10 from the 35 for the Rangers. They're moving right to left. Tiffin Kazukas. Two receivers to the far side, drops back, looks to throw, throws it near side. Oh, almost picked off as trying to jump the route was Carson Banks, and he took out the receiver, which is great, but man, that was close to an interception.
It was. Well, earlier he kind of stepped back and let him catch it, and then he just stuck him as soon as he caught the ball. This time he was a little bit more aggressive. He also had some help on this side, too.
Yeah.
Our safety had slid over, and he had a little backup if he did miss.
2nd down and 10. 10-18 on the clock here in the third. Rangers football. Kazukas, running backs left and right side. Claps his hands, takes the snap, rolls to his right, wants to throw. Little bit of pressure, and he steps away from it, runs it out of bounds, puts the shoulder down into the defender before going out of bounds. Gain of 4 on that run by the quarterback from the Rangers. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 6 now with the ball at the 39-yard line.
Bishing came all the way up to knock him out of bounds. We had a little bit better coverage that time, and I think when he finally did think that he had somebody to throw to, he'd already crossed the line of scrimmage, so he was kind of stuck with it and just tucked it down and went out of bounds with it.
Give credit to the defensive backs for the Lions. They covered up everything.
They had to hold it for a long time.
Yeah. So now, with the ball at the far hash, Kazukas looks at the wristband on his left hand. He's a right-hander, works from the shotgun.
Man coverage again.
3rd and 6 for the Rangers. Pressure. Dumps
There's
it across the middle. Pop right there. Great job defensively for the Carterville Lions to come in and snuff that out.
Andrew Johnson again.
What a defensive play. They let the defenders, the rush, come to Kazukas. Give him credit. He backed up, dumped it over the top. But right there was the Lions' defense to bring him down. And now the Rangers are faced with a 4th down and 7 once again. Good defense from the Lions here this evening. Clock rolls under 10. So doing the punting is going to be Kyle Thomas for the Rangers. Carterville sends Nick Bishing back deep to receive the punt. Gets it away. Line drive. Bishing lets it hit once, twice, gets behind him. He takes it on the hop at the 20-yard line.
Flag.
Reverses back, and that's going to be a block in the back probably. And finally, out over on the far sideline is where Bishing is brought down. The flag is on the near sideline, and that's almost got to be a block in the back.
Yeah, I mean, this flag here was thrown probably 30 yards away from the ball, so there was something going on.
So the Rangers punt the ball away.
But a separate flag was thrown near the tackle on the other side of the field.
Block in the back against the Lions.
Still going to get the ball. 1st down and 10.
Yep. They'll back it up. So Carterville gets the ball back here with 9:10 remaining. They have the 12-6 lead here in the 3rd quarter. Been a good ball game. Entertaining. Seen some big plays.
Yeah.
Big runs.
A couple of big hits.
You got a big run
that
from Aiden Hinton that didn't even count because of the holding penalty. But the penalty is going to push the ball back to the 17-yard line. That's where Carterville is going to start this drive after the punt. So Skelcher brings his troops to the line of scrimmage from the far hash. 2 receivers to the far side. We're missing one. And coming onto the field late is Van Horn. He's in, lines up in the tight end position. And on the carry, getting to the outside is Eamon Posey, and he carries it out close to a first down. Eamon, quite the story. He got hurt last year.
Yeah.
And didn't get to play football, didn't get to play basketball, but I've watched him in practice this year. He is not a big guy. He only stands 5'5", weighs 131 pounds, but he is fast.
Yes, he made a nice move in there to get away from him. I thought he was surely tackled.
2nd and 5 for the Lions from the 23. They throw it out to the far side. It's caught out there, making a move across the 30-yard line for a first down. Is that
Riley Crane?
Riley Crane on the catch for the Lions. And the first down here in the second half.
Another receiver. We're getting some more guys touching the ball, and I think that was kind of the hope coming into it, is that we could, share out the wealth a little bit and give multiple guys opportunities to show what they can do, and it also keeps your defense on.
Lions have depth.
Yeah,
They've got a lot of depth over on that sideline. 1st and 10 from the 31. It's going to be the keeper by Skelcher. And he gains about 2 yards, maybe 3. They're going to call actually 2 on the carry. So now it is going to be 3rd down.
Second down. Did we not get a first down on the pass?
It's going to be 2nd and 8. The ball at the 34-yard line. Coming on the near side, Braden Wakey, the receiver, split right. But they throw it to the left side. Caught out there off the fingertips. Goes out of bounds.
It's like Coach Helfrich came up with that pass.
Yeah. Parker Poole, the intended receiver for the Lions. So now it'll be 3rd down and 8 from the 34. Lions continue to lead 12-6. 37 rather, showing on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. Carterville scored in the 1st quarter a 20-yard touchdown pass from Brandon Skelcher to Nick Bishing. Benton scored their first touchdown. The 11-12 mark here in the 3rd. On the option pass for 62 yards. And timeout is taken by Coach Brett Dial and the Carterville Lions. 12-6 is our score. We'll take a break as well. We'll be back in 60 here on News Radio WJPF.
Here's your winning ticket for the 50-50. Get your blue tickets out.
Hey, everybody online, good evening to you. Don't forget, coming up on our post-game show, Keenan and I will name our Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating Player of the Game. That's coming up at the conclusion of this game. Carterville leads at 12-6, 7:37 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Lions needed a timeout. Coach Brett Dial wanted to talk to his offense, and they make their way back out onto the field. Ball sets at the 33-yard line. It is 3rd down and 7 from the 33. Ball at the far hash for Carterville. 2 receivers right side. Skelcher takes the snap, rolls right, throws it, finds his receiver. That's Bishing, and he's wrapped up and thrown out of bounds.
He's going to be good for the first down, I think.
Yep, it is, as they're going to mark it right at the 42-yard line. A big first down catch on that 3rd down and 8 play by the Carterville Lions.
I think that's good awareness by Bishing to know where he needs, how far he needs to get. If he runs that crossing pattern right there and he's 2 yards more shallow, then we're punting right now.
Nick Bishing is a good athlete, and he gets it.
Yes.
He knows where he needs to go, where he needs to get to.
But he was brought down as soon as he caught it, but luckily we might get a motion penalty here.
Peyton Van Horn on the carry for about 2 yards. There is a flag, and that is going to be a motion penalty. Illegal shift, I think, is what they call that for the Carterville Lions. But back to Nick Bishing. He just has that presence and awareness and knows where he needs to get to. Kind of like Peyton Biddle a year ago.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So it was a motion penalty on the Lions.
No, I think he's pulled the flag. They're waving the flag off. They're saying he was in motion. It was a running back that was moving.
Good.
And so they're declaring that he was in motion because he was moving laterally rather than towards the line of scrimmage.
So now it is 2nd down and 10 from the 43 for Carterville. Bishing comes to the near side. One receiver out to the far side. That's Poole. Skelcher gives it to his running back. That's Van Horn. He's wrapped up. Nothing there. Good defense right there by the Benton Rangers.
They walked their safety up right before and sent him in. It's almost like they knew that we were going to be running the ball through this side.
Yeah, and Peyton Van Horn had nowhere to go.
They saw something defensively, and they attacked it.
3rd and 10 now for the Lions. From their own 43-yard line. They have a 6-point lead. It is 12-6. Clock rolls under 7 minutes here. Carterville's going to be home next Friday night. They're going to take on the Nashville Hornets. Non-conference action against the Nashville Hornets. It's weird saying that. Of course, Carterville on the Ohio side of the River to River Conference this year. So 3rd down, 10 from the 43 for the Carterville Lions. And a whistle stops the play, a flag, and it's going to be a delay. I do believe it is. So that's going to back the Lions up 5. Bringing up 3rd down and 15. I want to say thanks to all the fans that came out to the ball game tonight, too. It was hot. You didn't have to come out here. But they did.
With a late start, you're going to get home a little bit later than you're used to. But, yeah, we have a really nice crowd, good student section. And like I said, you may see some seats in the bleachers over there, but there's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of spaces around this field.
Carterville traveled well this evening. The Ranger fans came out to support their Rangers.
Carterville always travels well.
They do. They do. Always it's comforting to look out and see all those fans sitting on the Lions sideline wherever we go. So 6:09 on the clock. Carterville is facing a 3rd down and 15. The ball is at their own 38-yard line. They have a 6-point lead, 12-6. They need a big play here from their quarterback. Handoff, they give it to Aiden Hinton, and he's doesn't have anything there. He tried to go off left tackle, couldn't get to the outside. Benton stops the Lions on the 3rd down play, and Carterville now is facing a 4th down and 15. I apologize when I put my head in front of that fan, it comes through.
No, you're fine.
That's what you hear. I was like, what's that noise? So Carterville's going to punt. Grant Owens is the deep back. Grant Owens, rather, is the deep back for the Rangers.
Jamison Jones to punt, and he gets pretty good punt here.
Yeah, he does. Good height on it. Bounces at
good
the
Carterville
35,
roll.
Down inside the 20 to the 15.
No hurry.
Outstanding job on the punt from Carterville. And so the Rangers are going to have the ball with 5:24 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. But they trail at 12-6 as they mark the ball at the 15-yard line. Yeah,
right here.
Yeah. The good Lord just turned the light on for us.
He did.
I can see what I'm doing.
Probably trying to attract some bugs for us.
It's going to bring the bugs right to us, I promise you. So Rangers football, they have it at their own 15 as they trail it by 6. It's the give to the running back for the Rangers. Carterville's right there. No gain at all on the carry by Isaiah Dalton.
We had a really nice job. You have Aiden Hinton stepping up here from this outside position, stepped up. His job is to contain. He contains, gives Peyton Van Horn a chance to run him down from behind. Like you just talk about doing the little things and making sure you take care of your job.
We got a Lions player down on the turf. What's the number on that?
Looks like Riley Crane.
Yep, it does.
I can't confirm that it's a 6 or an 8, but I'm pretty sure it's Riley Crane.
As the training staff comes out to take a look at him, and he's cramping up. That's exactly what's going on. And we're going to start seeing, it wouldn't surprise me, we're going to start seeing that here this evening. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in 30 seconds on News Radio WJPF. Okay. Okay.
That's good. They got him up and moving.
Now for the Rangers. Ball at the 14-yard line. Good defense by the Lions here tonight. Keep it up, boys. Into the offensive set, and that's going to bring it back. Into the offensive set, and that's going to bring it back.
You know, a takeaway from that is the open field play that was made there by our quarterback, Brandon Skelcher. Like, it was him one-on-one. They were the only two people. They were the only two people in that area, and he did a nice job of wrapping him up, getting him out of bounds. I mean, the penalty bails us out, but still.
Yeah, and Owens even knew, I don't really need to run because it's not going to count.
Yeah.
You know, he knew exactly what was going to happen. Third down, and they put the ball at the 8-yard line, I do believe.
Third down and 16.
3rd and 16 after the penalty. From the 9-yard line, Kazukas takes the snap. He rolls to his left, wants to throw, has some pressure, and he throws it away because if he didn't, he was going to be sacked in the end zone, and Carterville would have picked up the safety, and that was great pressure that was applied by Carterville's, I believe.
Malachi McGee again.
Yeah, he has been outstanding this evening. So Benton now is put into a 4th and 16, and they have to set up for the punt again here from the 9-yard line with 3:52 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Thomas will do the kicking for the Rangers. Bishing is standing at midfield. Now steps up to about the 45 for the Lions.
A safety here would get those 2 extra points back.
Lucas Kinsman couldn't get off the field in time, and a timeout is called by Justin Gross. And I tell you what, Benton, the mistakes they've made getting people in and out of the play set, it's not something you typically see.
We haven't seen that from them over the years.
You know, we talked about what a job. I love Justin Gross. He's a great guy. And when I was doing game prep, and I was like, man, he's done such a good job. This is his 6th year. His first year, he went 1-8. Since then, the Rangers are 36-6. What an outstanding turnaround.
So you're saying they've only lost 6 games in the last 5 years?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know, Brett, 26-11.
4 of them are going to be playoff games, so
Yes.
they've only lost 2 regular season games.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing.
One of them was week 1 last year.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Their only loss in the regular season came to the Lions, 28-0, in week 1 a year ago.
With a sophomore quarterback.
With a sophomore quarterback. Exactly. You do pay attention. All right, here come.
That's what we needed.
And that they snapped the ball out of bounds over the end zone, and that's a safety.
It's going to be 2 points, and we're
So
going to get the
that's
ball
going
back.
to be, they snapped it over the punter's head intentionally. They're going to give up the 2 points because, it's only 14-6.
I don't think that was intentional.
Do you not?
No, the punter seems a little frustrated. If it was intentional, he wasn't in on it.
Well, he snapped it way over his head then. So, Carterville gets
I can't imagine any reason why they would give us 2 points and the ball when they could just punt the ball to us and give us the ball anyway. Their defense has done a pretty good job of stopping us in the
So now Carterville leads it 14-0. Or 14-6, rather.
There's our 2 extra points back.
Yeah, exactly. Big play. You don't realize that. You think, well, it's just 2 points. But you're right. That's the 2 extra points that Carterville's missed. We're going to go on and take a break. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on News Radio WJPF. I better get some reads in. We'll do one right here. Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in Carterville, your York dealer, and proud to serve the region for over 40 years. Find out more. Visit charliesairandheat.com. Carterville got a safety. They forced a safety onto the Benton Rangers. Now it is 14-6, and Carterville's going to get the ball back after the safety. So a big play.
I believe Benton here has the option of either kicking it off a tee or punting.
They do,
looks
but
like
the ball fell off the tee.
Looks like they're going to kick it.
And coming on to do the kicking, I think it's Zapata. It is. Jesser Zapata, the junior, tees it up. So Bishing's the deep man for Carterville. Should have decent position.
Yeah, they have to
because the
kick
ball's being
from
kicked
their
from
own
the 20. Yeah. Zapata, left footer, comes in. The kick is away, a line drive away from Bishing, and it goes out of bounds.
I wonder if this still gets placed on a 35.
Yeah, I do too.
Or if you get those yards back.
This Lions broadcast brought to you by IBEW Local 702, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 702, dedicated to providing a better lifestyle for members, a better life for all. There is 3:49 showing on the clock here in the third quarter. Carterville's going to have the ball for the third time. It is 1st and 10, and they are bringing the ball up to the 45-yard line.
So we get 10 more yards on that.
Yeah. Pretty good field position. It's in Ranger territory as the Lions have it at the 45 now. Coming up, we'll have our Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating Player of the Game announcement. Our post-game show this evening is going to be brought to you by Ron Ward Chevrolet.
I'd be interested to see Amon Cozy. I'd like to see him run that jet sweep, get him started on the side, because we used to see that quite a bit. And
Yep.
I don't think we've seen it at all tonight.
And we'll have our John O'Logan.
Give it to him and try to get him out on the perimeter and let him use a little speed.
Yeah, that would be outstanding. Also, we'll have our John A. Logan College coach chat with Brett Dial, if he remembers to come up here, because I did not say one single word to him about it.
Oh,
I've just dawned on me.
There we go.
So, okay. You'll have to explain it.
Okay, so normally you kick off from the 40, but if you kick it out of bounds, we'd get it on our own 35. On that, they're kicking off from their own 20, so they're 20 yards back. So we get the ball instead of from our 35, from the opposite. We get 20 yards up.
Yep.
To the 45.
Great
Benton.
job explaining that. Pounding his way across the line of
Late
scrimmage
flag
on the carry
in the
is
backfield, a hold.
Amon Cozy, and a hold called on the Carterville Lions, so they're going to get those 5 yards back now. So it's going to bring up second down or actually it'll be 1st and 15. As they back it up 10 yards. 1st and 20.
So when you get these, little holding penalties, it puts you in these long possession, or these long situations, and you have to throw, and it kind of prolongs the game when you're trying to, if you've got to throw more.
Getting to the outside, Aiden
There he
Hinton
goes.
gets away across the 40, 35, down to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Aiden Hinton. That is a 55-yard touchdown run, and that is exactly the play that they ran at the end of the first half that had a holding penalty, but this time, no flags, 55-yard touchdown by the running back, Aiden Hinton.
He had a nice hold. The line did a very good job, good blocking on the perimeter, but he also made a couple of really good moves when he got in the secondary.
3:23 remaining here in the third quarter. 55-yard touchdown run from the senior who didn't get to play last year.
A1.
A1.
Yeah, he got it, yeah.
Yep, he's a beast. And love seeing that. Hinton, the big touchdown run for the Carterville Lions. 3:23 remaining, Lions up 20-6. And who's going to do the kicking for the Lions? Looks like Skelch is going to do it. Is that right?
No, it looks like we're going to go for 2.
Oh, we are going for 2. That's why he's out there. He's going to keep it himself. Popped. No good. So it is 20-6, our score.
Well, Ryder
And
Watson did not give us a chance on that.
He did
I mean,
not.
He
did
got there
not.
about the same time the ball did.
3:23 remaining here in the third quarter. Carterville has the lead 20-6 here on News Radio WJPF. Welcome back to Benton High School. Dave McKenzie and Keenan Clark. Carterville's up 20-6 at the half. Murphy leads Carbondale 22-7. 55-yard touchdown run from Aiden Hinton. Gave the Lions the 20 points on the board. The short kick is picked up and brought out of bounds right below us here on the return.
Ryan
for the
Norman
Rangers.
takes him out of bounds there.
Yep. A.J. Craven on the return for the Rangers. So Benton has some work to do here, and you know that they need to score quick. They really need to they need to score here on this drive.
Again, our defense has really been giving them trouble. They haven't quite figured it out yet. Benton hasn't quite figured it out offensively. Like you said, their one score has been the trick play, as the halfback pass, let's say. Like that's been their best production so far. Other than that, they really haven't done a whole lot. So if they're going to make a game of this, they're going to have to start figuring out their offense.
And we have a whistle that stops the play. Carterville needed a timeout as Sean Geralds comes out onto the field. He wants to talk to his D. We'll take a break. We'll pause 30 seconds here on News Radio WJPF.
Now, we had a prolonged timeout or two in the first half. We haven't had one this half that I know of.
Well, the level's probably where we don't have to.
Oh, that's true.
I bet you.
Yep.
Pork chop sandwich, $6. 20-6 is our score. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Steve and Rich's Barber Styling, a full-service salon on Division Street in Carterville. They are open Tuesday through Friday from 8 until 5, Saturdays from 8 until 2 o'clock. And Carterville Lions needed a timeout, and you mentioned it. We haven't had the extended water break this second half. I think it's because the levels have dropped down enough where that's not a requirement now, under probably at an orange level, I would imagine. So here come your the Benton Rangers.
Still a whopping 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Know. It's taken forever for this third quarter. Kazukas takes the snap, throws it to the short side, and on the reception, that's Cepeda, and he's popped right there at the 30-yard line.
Jamison Jones, a really nice play. He was kind of boxed in over here defensively and got through to make that tackle, but looks like Carson Banks is over here hobbling a little bit, but he's going to shake it off. He doesn't want any help.
So now it is second down and 9 after a short 1-yard gain from the 31-yard line for Kazukas. One running back off his right hip. He takes the snap, rolls to his right, looks back to the other side, throws it across the middle, incomplete, as the intended receiver was Cepeda.
Well, Banks was hobbling a little bit after that last play, and they started to send somebody in. He waved him off, and he's right in front of the Benton bench. I'm sure that they saw that he might have been a little bit gimpy going into that, and they went right at him. I think we're going to get somebody for him. I think he might be cramping.
Yeah, well, I would think so. Is running off the field Carson Banks, and he jumping around on the left leg, which means it's the good leg is the one he's jumping on.
I feel okay. We got Nick Bishing coming in to fill the spot till he's ready to come back.
So you're going to see this now toward the end of the game. And you talk about a slow third quarter. This is how it'll go. Although I really have to say, I'm surprised we haven't seen more of it here this evening. Kazukas gets the play from coach and staff just below us. We are on the Benton side of the field. Carterville fans over on the far side. Lions are up 20-6, 2:36 on the third quarter clock. Now Kazukas is ready. Claps his hands, takes the snap, rolls to his right, looks to throw. Pressure popped as soon as he let it go. Pass caught.
What a catch.
Zapeda's there to make the catch. And good defense
No catch.
to
He's
bring
calling
it.
incomplete.
They're saying incomplete by Zapeda, and Bishing was the defender back. Just as the ball hit his hands, Bishing brought him to the ground. It falls incomplete. Great defense once again.
That's what you want to see. You want to see that
Lions.
toughness. I don't know if you saw it or not, but Van Horn just absolutely freight trained
Yes, he
Kazukas
did.
when he let go of the ball, and then we physically ripped the ball out of his hands down here on the other side. Like it was, we're hitting them tonight.
I think they threw a flag here on the near side, but they picked it up, waved it off. It was a clean pop on Kazukas.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
But now, fourth and 9.
Here comes the punt team with 10 seconds to go. They're just now running onto the field.
What's another 5 if they don't get it, or 10 if they don't get it away?
Well, they're going to
Timeouts.
call a timeout. They don't want
Yep.
to lose that 5, but
Yep.
I feel like the timeout is going to start becoming precious
Yep.
commodity, especially when we go into the fourth quarter and you're down 14. But
We'll go on and we'll pause another 30 seconds here. Lions lead it 20-6 with 2:26 remaining in the third on News Radio WJPF. Welcome back to Benton High School. Don't forget, coming up, we'll have our post-game show. And if you're wanting to check scores, just head over to 1035ESPN.com. Check out the Banterra Bank scoreboard. It is 4th down and 9 for the Rangers. Here, ball at the 31-yard line. They're going to punt, short kick. It's going to hit at around midfield, 45. It takes a Carterville bounce and comes back right at midfield. And so Carterville is going to have outstanding field position here with 2:16 remaining here in the third quarter. I think my early candidate for our Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating player of the game is the defense. I don't know that we could pin it down to one guy.
yeah, and even if you look at offensively, we've had some kids play really, really well, but I'm looking at Carterville coming out right now. I don't know who they're going to give the ball to. I don't know who, they've all got a hot hand, it seems.
Yeah, exactly.
They've all done a little bit of something. We've completed passes to 5 different receivers.
That's outstanding.
Yeah.
Talked about the depth. They're young, or
Showcasing.
inexperienced, maybe by varsity inexperienced. Skelcher throws it out left side. Parker Poole has it, makes a move at the 50. Oh, he just elbowed the defender out of the way. Picked up an additional 15 yards, and he's down on the field. Two Ranger players are down. Parker Poole said, "Get out of my way. You will not take me to the ground." And first down for the Carterville Lions. What a move by Parker Poole, and they say no penalty.
A run like that after the catch means we're going to throw you the ball a lot more. Like, that's a good way to get the ball in your hands, is to say, I'm going to grab these yards.
Parker Poole not having it. And now we got a whistle that stops the play.
The 2 players that he ran over, one of them, I wasn't sure if he was going to get up.
They laid there for a second.
They were there until we got the ball set.
Yeah, Parker was just like, get out of my way.
As soon as he caught that ball and he turned and squared his shoulders up, I thought, man, he looks really big from up here. And he played big right there.
He is.
Not all big guys play big, but he played big on that play. And he did earlier. He broke a tackle on the long run or the pass play.
Big-time players make big-time plays. Snap to Skelcher. Pump fake. Looks to throw, reverses, brings it to the near side.
He may run it. Nope.
Little
that's a
dump pass.
great play.
That he finds Braden Wakey down the right side across the 20 to the 15 where he's popped to the ground right there. What field presence by Skelcher, and what a nice job to lure the defender in. Lob pass over, found Wakey wide open, and they take it down to the 15-yard line.
Wakey realized that he wasn't going to be an asset as a blocker on that play. He realized he wasn't going to be able to go back and free him up. So he just said, you know what, if my guy's going to beat me to the quarterback, I'm just going to step out. He threw his hand up, and Skelcher just a little flip pass. Looked like a Patrick Mahomes type
little lob,
throw.
Little lob pass to him. Ball at the near hash from the 15. Skelcher gives it to Peyton Van Horn. Van Horn, his first carry here in a while. Takes it down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Carterville is just got their way right now with the Benton Rangers.
Van Horn, I'd love to see him have an opportunity to poke one in the end zone.
Under a minute to play, second down for the Lions. Van Horn.
They're blowing the whistle?
Yep, they're blowing the whistle.
Oh, there was a flag in the end zone.
So let's see what the call is.
That may be too many men on the
against the Rangers. Too many men on the field. So that'll move the ball up 5 yards. They're going to take it in. And it's going to be second down, and is it going to be enough for a first down? It could be close. They set the ball down. That's going to be, maybe the chains are off the field over there. That is first down.
First and goal.
First and goal for the Lions. Van Horn carries, and he loses about a yard, maybe 2 on that carry. Clock rolls, 35 seconds remaining. Keenan, we're going to finally end the third quarter.
No. Already?
Already? Where'd the time go?
I think our play clock is a little bit ahead of the game clock. We're going to have to snap the ball. We got to run the play.
Got to run one play. So now it is 2nd and 5. 2nd and goal from the 5. It's the give. Nope, Skelcher's going to keep it himself straight up the gut. Gains about 3 before he's wrapped up at the 3-yard line.
You know, we've still got 2 more plays to get it in, but we really need to score here in order to put it to a, that back's bent up. That puts their backs against the wall.
That ends
right now it's a 2-score game, and they're going to get 2 more possessions.
Yes,
but
they will.
You make it a 3-score game, then you put them in a bind.
We end the third quarter. Carterville leads at 20-6. Stay with us. Fourth quarter action is coming up on News Radio WJPF.
If you ever need me to move that, I don't want to touch your stuff.
You can touch it whenever if you see.
Go, yeah.
I'll get yelled at because I don't move the camera on big plays anyway, regardless. So. and it's true. I can't deny it. Sorry about that, everybody watching. Yeah. You get the raw audio of what goes on behind the scene. 3rd and 4. Hope you have a wonderful night, though. Back at Benton High School, Dave McKenzie and Keenan Clark with you as we head to the fourth quarter. Carterville is up 20-6 here as we start play in the final stanza of this game. And Carterville scored 2 touchdowns in that third quarter. A 62-yard pass play from Skelcher to Parker Poole, and then the big 55-yard run from Aiden Hinton. That gave Carterville the 18, and then don't forget about the safety. That was right before the Hinton run. So that's the score, 20-6. And we have it, 3rd and goal from the 4. Threatening to extend the lead here. Skelcher Bishing takes the snap. He's the direct snap quarterback, and is he going to get pushed in? Little bit short. He's going to be about a yard short on the carry. They mark it actually at the 2-yard line. So it's going to be 4th and goal from the 2 for the Lions.
So they directly snap the ball to Bishing. They have some sets in where he will take over at quarterback on the certain plays, certain packages.
Yep. He is the backup quarterback, as you mentioned.
Yes, but when he's the backup quarterback, they'll run a couple of different plays, different packages than what they do maybe when Skelcher's back there. And now we've got Skelcher back under.
Skelcher's back in. Comes up under center. Takes the snap. Sidesteps. Oh, played perfectly by the Benton defense. He gets up under center, takes a sidestep to avoid that push. And Benton stops Carterville at their own 2-yard line. Good defensive stand on that 4th and goal play. So it is going to be Benton Ranger football. And with 11:05 remaining, Benton is going to have to go 98 yards. From their own 2.
Yeah. Take another safety here, too, if they'll let us have it.
So, Tiffin Kazukas puts a man in motion behind him.
Offsides.
Carterville jumped. Oh.
No, it's offensive.
No. That's going to back him up a half a yard, so that'll put him back at the 1. I didn't see who jumped there, so it's going to be 1st.
It was the right tackle.
And 10 from the 1.
And he regretted it immediately. He knew that he had messed up.
1st and 11 from the 1. Put the man in motion. Kazukas just wants to get a little breathing room, and he does. Out to about the 10-yard line.
He almost got a lot of breathing room.
Yeah, he did. Carterville was draped all over him.
Emerson Doan looked like he'd lock him up really early, and he just kept those legs a-churning.
Nice carry. Picks up 9, takes it out to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 1 now, officially from the 10-yard line. Clock rolls. 10.5 minutes remaining in the game. Kazukas throws it across the middle. Caught there by Nolan Schaefer. Schaefer's dropped right at the 15-yard line. So a gain of 5, enough for a 1st down. Now I'm going to look through here. They haven't had, Benton hasn't.
I'm going to guess less than 5.
I may be mistaken, but I think that may be the first down for the ring. No, they had the touchdown.
They had one. No, the touchdown wasn't the first down, but they had a 1st down earlier because I remember asking about it. So that was their 2nd one.
Yep.
But right now, our defense, we're probably going to sit back a little bit and let them take 3-4 yards at a time. If they're going to put together a 16-play drive, that's just more opportunities for them to make a mistake, a fumble.
Run the clock.
It runs the clock. Like, we're going to try to prevent the big play, I'd say.
1st and 7 now from the 18 for Benton.
Although we are pressed up really tight on their receivers.
It's the quick pitch. Getting out. Spin move. Who was that? Zach Miller? Was that Zach? It was.
When Zach makes a play like that, he brings the energy.
Yes, he does. And when he gets his hands on you, he's not going to let you go.
No, he's not.
It's
that wrestler mentality, isn't it?
It is. So it's 3rd down and 7 from the 18. Kazukas, 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Claps, rolls left.
Good contain.
Wants
Kept
to
him in the pocket.
Dodges the pressure and throws it and incomplete. Oh, they're going to call Parker Poole on the coverage, calling for pass interference as the receiver was.
Brett Dial did not like that call. He's claiming that Parker was vertical and didn't make contact.
And he was. The intended receiver was Nolan Schaefer. Carterville's done a good job of stripping the ball out of the receiver's hands, and it was the same setup there. And he got a little bit more body on him, but
I'm not well
penalty nonetheless.
I'm not well read on what the rules are for the pass interference. It seems like at every level they're a little bit different.
1st and 10 from the 34 for the Rangers. Kazukas, running backs left and right on his hips. Takes the snap, bobbled the snap. Now he's just going to run it. Takes it off right tackle, gets to the outside to the 43-yard line. That's a good run from
close to a first down.
Kazukas. Yeah, it was. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and about a half a yard. 2nd and 1 with the ball at the 43-yard line. Clock just keeps rolling under 8 minutes, or toward 8 minutes now. Kazukas, snap, hands it off, 1st down. Gain of about 4 on the carry. And on the carry that time for the Rangers, Riley Spencer.
We've got a Lion down on the field. He
Got
was
2.
hurt.
Looks like we got 1 on a knee and 1 on the field. And I'm sure it's a cramp. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Polar Whip. Come taste the legend. Polar Whip and Energy is a Southern Illinois tradition. Now featuring car hops. You can call 618-988-9210. And they're going to have it waiting for you when you arrive. That's it, Polar Whip. Glad to have them as a booster. Thanks to all of our sponsors and businesses in Carterville. Let me tell you what, you want to advertise for Carterville Lions Sports, please let me know or contact the radio station. We'd love to have you as sponsors. And we've got a lot of great businesses and new businesses coming in. And you need to be advertising that business here during our Lions broadcast.
It helps. You know,
it makes
helps
a difference.
when you're sitting there listening to the ball game and you hear who's supporting your teams and your schools. You really want to help them out as well.
A lot of people listen to this broadcast. You've heard all the ads and the reads and everything. Be a part of it. 7:47 on the clock. Rangers, Aiden
They got
Hinton.
the flag. He jumped early.
Yep,
False start.
Yep. Aiden Hinton was losing his
He was
mind
not
out on
gonna
that
let him get away with
defensive
that.
end of the spot. He's like, throw the flag. And they did. So now.
Well, he came in hard like he was getting ready to blitz in, and I think the guy jumped thinking he had to get an extra step in order to reach Hinton.
So it's going to be 1st and 15 now from the 43.
Every time you make them snap and exchange, you know,
Yep.
it just increases the likelihood that they make a mistake offensively.
Kazukas sidesteps the defender, wants to throw deep,
He's
wrapped
in
up.
trouble.
Nice job by that Carterville defense. Who was it on the stop?
Chandler Jones.
That was Chandler Jones. Put the pressure on, didn't let him go.
He's one of the, you know, you have your stereotypical nose guard, a big guy who's going to bull rush you and eat up space in the middle, but then you've got a guy like Chandler who's just a strong, quick kid, and he moves laterally very well. It's hard for linemen to get hands on him. He's been really slippery tonight.
2nd down and 19 from the 40-yard line. Kazukas puts a man in motion to the right. Feels some pressure, throws it up, finds that man on the catch. It's A.J. Craven. Craven knocked out of bounds just short of the Carterville 40. They'll mark it at the 42, but that's a Ranger 1st down. It's going to move the chains.
Stops the clock.
It does. 20-6, Lions on top. Rangers are driving here. This is the 12th play of the drive. Kazukas looks to his left, throws it deep down the left side, overshot his receiver, Clay Gage, who was the man there, but Carterville had good coverage.
Yeah.
But Kazukas overthrew him by about 4 yards or so.
I think our defense is starting to show a little bit of sign of fatigue, too. We've got a lot of guys out there that are playing two ways. You know, Zach Miller hasn't missed many snaps, neither has Storm Snyder. And
the heat just
Wakey
the heat's going to take the toll on these guys, too.
It does.
And we've seen it. 2nd and 10 from the 42. Kazukas looks to the near sideline, gets the play call. Clay Gage, the receiver on the near side. They have one onto the far side. Kazukas looks to throw. Throws it up across the middle. Picked off by the Carterville Lions. And for Carterville defensively, it's Brandon Skelcher that picks off the pass.
I mean, one could say he's the 6th person from Carterville to catch a pass tonight.
Yep. With 6:25.
That's a big play.
That's
a killer. That's a killer if you're Benton right now.
absolutely, and you can see it on their faces and their heads down. And we got an injured Ranger coming to the sideline and Nolan Schaefer. But the pass picked off, 6:25, and it's going to give it back to the Lions. Big time play, as you said.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break. We got a timeout on the field. We'll pause just for 30 seconds here on News Radio WJPF. This Carterville Lions broadcast is brought to you by Steve and Rich's Barber Styling, a full-service salon on Division Street in Carterville. They're open Tuesday through Friday from 8 until 5, Saturday from 8 until 2. Don't forget, we're going to name our players of the game, player of the game. Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating. We're going to talk with Coach Brett Dow on our John A. Logan College coaches interview. Carterville up 20-6, and they have the ball back after the interception from Brandon Skelcher. Nice job defensively. Carterville's played outstanding defense here this evening against this Rangers team.
You can't knock them for anything that's happened. Again, they've still only given up the one touchdown, and that was as good of a drive as Benton has put together, to my knowledge.
So here's Skelcher from the quarterback position this time. Gives it to his running back. That is Cozy. Eamon Cozy gets the carry. Lost a couple of yards on that, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 12 from the 23-yard line.
I mean, you'd like to score. You don't want to lose the aggressiveness. You know, that would pretty much put it away. But you also want to eat that clock. That clock's running. There's no need to snap the ball with 14 seconds to go on the play clock when you could take an extra quarter of a minute off.
They won't even break huddle until about 14 seconds left.
Benton's left with one timeout, so. There's not much they can do when they're standing out there and we're not snapping the ball.
5:45 remaining. There's 6, 5, 4, 3 on the play clock. They come set, get the snap away. Good job. Screen pass out to the far side, incomplete. Intended out there on the far side for Riley Crane.
It's good to see him back again.
Yep. Got a little go juice over on the far sideline.
Yep.
He cramped up a little bit earlier and had to be helped off the field.
Again, looks like we're bringing Luke Johnson in on offense here. He may be getting a little time at running back.
Luke's a big old boy.
He is.
He's just. Ugh. I look like that back before the war.
Which war was that?
Pick one. 5:35 here remaining in the game. Skelch takes the handoff and gives it to Aiden Hinton. He's brought to the ground. And we got flags coming, 1, 2, 3. And it's going to be sportsmanlike penalties. Who's it going to go against, though? Possible it could have gone either way.
2 flags, it could be on both of them.
Yep. Actually, I think there's 3 flags. 1, 2, 3. See what the call is. Offsetting.
11 white, 5 on the red.
So there you go. So a bunch of hubbub for nothing because it's offsetting. But it does bring up 4th and 12 from the 23 for Carterville.
I see Coach Dial going out to talk to the officials. He would like a little better explanation. having been on the sideline with Coach Dial, what he wants to know is, what happened? What did you hear? What do we need to do to address it? I think that's his approach right now. And just making sure the official's accountable for throwing the flag.
But on the other side of that,
but also making sure his players accountable.
And the other side of that is, guys, we're trying to run this clock down.
Yeah.
Don't engage like that. There's 5 minutes left. Let's close this out and go home. That's exactly what he said. So Lions have it now. 4th and 12.
Another good snap.
Yep. Kicks away for the Lions. Hits about midfield.
Good hop.
Oh, yeah.
Don't pick it up.
Down inside the 30-yard line to the 29. Beautiful punt by the Lions there. So Benton now with 4:55 showing on the fourth quarter clock. They'll have it 1st and 10 as it was downed at the 29-yard line.
Cebulski and Banks did a nice job. They just sat there and let the clock run. Let the officials stop the clock. Don't reach down and grab the ball and stop the clock and give them an extra 3 seconds.
Yep.
Smart play there.
Hey, don't forget we're going to be at home next Friday night. The Nashville Hornets come to town. And it is a non-conference matchup with the Nashville Hornets. They stay in the Mississippi side. Carterville moved to the Ohio side of the River to River Conference. 7 o'clock will be kickoff. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:45. The pass is tipped and incomplete. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 now for the Rangers.
I think Zach Miller had about 3 kids trying to block him, and Chandler Jones went through completely untouched and absolutely decleated the quarterback right there. Like, he knocked him horizontal.
Not surprised. Clock continues to roll. Actually, it stopped right now with 4:51.
Incomplete pass, yeah.
Yep. Now Kazukas rolls left. Holds up, throws it incomplete.
If he would have made that catch, it would have been fantastic.
That would have been fantastic. Zapata was the intended receiver. He's put in a lot of miles tonight, running up and down the field. Zapata has. Does the kicking as well. So now it is 3rd down and 10 from the 29. Clock stopped at 4:44. Kazukas claps, gets the ball, bobbled the snap, just has to fall on it. And now it's going to be 4th and 10 from the 29, so Benton is going to have to punt the ball away. Again, they'll probably go for it.
I'm sure they will, yeah.
They're not going to bring out the punt team now.
I feel like Kazukas is going to have some great nights, and just tonight we've not allowed him to do what he could do. We've really kept him contained. We've had someone in his face all night long. Our defensive backs have made some fantastic plays. Like, he's going to put up some much better nights than what he did tonight. You just know it.
Yes, he will. 4th and 10 now. Kazukas, pressure, wrapped up.
Again.
Brought down hard to the turf, and Carterville gets there defensively. And
Peyton Van Horn again getting in there and making plays defensively as well.
Gives it back to the Lions on the change of possession. They get the stop on 4th down, and with 4 minutes exactly remaining, it's Carterville Lion football with the ball at the 15-yard line.
You don't start thinking yet about looking at the end of the game. There's still 4 minutes to go in this game. A fumble here or a quick score by Benton, you're looking at a one touchdown game, and
absolutely
that's a dangerous place to be in this field.
Can't relax now.
No.
But the Lions have it at the 15. And popped at the line of scrimmage was Peyton Van Horn. Nope, that was Cozy.
Cozy.
On the carry. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 15 now. It's 83 degrees, my friend.
Good.
Clock rolls to 3.5 left. Carterville's taking their sweet time as the play clock gets down to 12, 10. They break huddle, get to the line of scrimmage. Schedule will put the fist out. Takes the snap, going to keep it himself off left tackle. Cuts it to the outside, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Brandon Skelcher. A 16-yard touchdown run from the quarterback for the Carterville Lions. What a ball game he has played tonight.
That was a nice job. They sent everybody to the right. We sent everybody to the right side, and he just rolls off to the weak side. He had a lane and finished the job.
16-yard touchdown run from Brandon Skelcher off left tackle. Cuts it to the outside, and he scored the touchdown. Carterville up 26-6 now. And coming on to do the kicking, that is going to be Riley Crane, who seems fine now. They got the Rangers to jump. They'll scoot it in. 1.5 yards. So Carterville 26-6.
People are starting to file out a little bit now.
Yeah. They've just played a really good game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been mistakes made, but not as many as you saw from the Rangers.
No.
So here's Riley for the extra point. They got the Rangers to jump again. Somebody just got flipped up on their head, but the extra point is good.
I'm glad to see Riley Crane get that ball through, kind of break through the ice a little bit this year and get him that first one for the season.
27-6. Carterville has the 21-point lead with 3:07 left. We're going to take a break. We'll wrap up this ball game on News Radio WJPF. Welcome back to Benton High School. Dave McKenzie with Keenan Clark. Lions are up 27-6 with just over 3 minutes remaining. The kick, a squib kick on the ground, takes one hop, hits at the 20, picked up to the middle of the field, still on his feet, and finally brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Gets wrapped up by Jamison Jones. We've seen him a few times on special teams tonight do some things.
And on the return for the Benton Rangers, number 8, Caleb Zadu. So clock has 2:58 showing. The ball rests at the 25-yard line. Coming up, we're going to have our post-game show. So Kazukas, he's going to keep it, options it out to the outside, getting to the outside, and a good job of being brought down, slowed down over on that far sideline. I don't know who it was, but
Zabluski did a nice job. He grabbed it, and it looked like it was about to horse collar him, and he let go and re-gripped.
And had some help coming from the safety side,
too.
He
had some help over the top, and it was a good job of not getting yourself a silly penalty and giving him a big chunk of yards here. We're really hoping right now we want to get out of this. I hate to state the obvious, but, you know, we don't want to get anybody hurt in these last couple of minutes. We want to make sure that, you know, let's close it out on a good note here.
So another Lion out there at about the 28-yard line, and that is Carterville's Riley Crane that cramped up. Again, he cramped up earlier, but he's
Carterville has a lot of new. They've got a lot of new clean jerseys out there on defense right now. They've given some guys an opportunity here.
1st and 10 from the 45, throwing
Benton
it
is
deep
going to
down the
throw.
right side, and a good job defensively out there. No pass interference. It was intended for Owens. And on the coverage, I believe it may have been Ryan Norman.
Yep.
That was out there on coverage for the Lions. Benton fans not happy. But he just put his hands up and the ball hit him in the back.
Yeah.
From what I saw. Looked like good coverage. So here come the Rangers again. It is going to be 2nd down and 10 from the 45. Snap taken by Kazukas. Throws it down the left side. Overshoots his receiver over on the far sideline. And now 3rd down and 10. We're going to have a chance to talk to Coach Brett Dial. That'll be our John A. Logan College coaches interview. He'll be coming to the press box. We'll name our Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating player or players of the game. And we'll get you set for next Friday night's football. Carterville. Or excuse me, the Rangers with the football. Kazukas rolls right. Waiting on the receiver to get open. Does at the 44-yard line. And a nice catch coming across the middle and
Ryan Norman
getting open.
Came back and hit him as soon as he caught it. Didn't really give him a chance to do anything.
Yeah, Clay Gage was the receiver on the catch. And Kazuka showed some patience, rolling out, waiting on the receiver to get open, just like we saw earlier with the Lions. So it's 1st and 10. Now from the 48-yard line. Kazukas, the pitch. The Cravens on the carry down the far sideline, and he's finally stopped at the 20-yard line.
Aiden Swallers contained him and got him turned back in for Sabluski again to step up and make the tackle. Benton's marching the ball down the field right now, but it's kind of feels a little hollow, you know.
Minute 55 remaining in the game. Bet the boys think a big old glass of water, Gatorade, sounds pretty good about right now.
Probably, yep, I bet it
and
does.
some food.
I mean, I wouldn't mind joining them for that.
Yeah, Rangers are actually working the play clock now. They work it down to 3, 2, 1, and a delay of game. Minute 24 remaining. But what a game. I got to give it to the Carterville Lions. They played well in this first game of the season.
Absolutely.
And they played well on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, offense did a great job of spreading it around. A lot of people touched the ball. 4 guys scored. You know, Sean Gerald's and his defensive staff, excellent. Excellent.
Just, yeah, absolutely. An outstanding performance. Kazukas is wrapped up at the 22-yard line. Keeps the clock running. So it's going to be 2nd down now.
You just don't want somebody like Kazukas to get hurt with a minute to go in a 21-point game, and he's out there going right up the middle.
Yeah. You would think a reserve quarterback would be in on that.
Yeah. You don't want something bad to happen to him, for sure.
Under a minute to play. Kazukas pump fakes, throws it deep down the right side. The receiver is there, Owen, and a foul.
Now we're going to throw the flag.
Yeah, and it was.
Yeah, he bumped him.
As it was Ryan Norman in coverage that put the hands in the chest and knocked Owens backwards. So that's the correct call. .49 seconds remaining. Carterville fans starting their celebration on the sideline. Over there, Carterville will start the season 1-0. And Benton 0-1, just like a year ago.
we're on a side of the conference now that only has 5 teams, and because of that, our conference doesn't get an automatic bid to the playoffs.
Yep.
So these non-conference games are huge because you may go undefeated in the conference, and if that's all you win, you may not get in.
You got to remember, a year ago, Benton lost the first game of the season and rattled off 8 in a row. Those are big points when it comes playoff points. Out to the far side, the pass is caught, brought down at the 10-yard line. But, you wouldn't think that the first win of the season for the Lions could have a lot of playoff ties to it, but it does, because they're going to be a strong team this year. 25 seconds remaining in the game. Rangers with the ball. They'd like to get one more touchdown right up the middle, and they're going to get it. On the touchdown carry by, that is Lucas Kinsman, on the 9-yard touchdown run. And now it is 27-12, and that touchdown came with 15 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. They'll set up for the extra point. Zepeda comes out to do the kicking, sets the tee down at the 10-yard line. The hold by Owens. 15.9 seconds on the clock. Zepeda, the left-hander.
They rolled the snap to him again.
Yeah, he did. And they just run out the clock. Stops. Oh, it doesn't.
It would run on that.
That's right. On the extra point, it doesn't start. So, hey, big win for the Carterville Lions.
Nice job for the Lions. One of the things I want to find out from Coach Dow is like what did they see? Like whenever they came in here and they went through. This is the first time they've got to see their kids in this type of action. I would like to know what he saw.
You can ask him that.
We can.
We'll have him if he remembers to come up here, like I said. But
it's a lot easier to remember to come up here after a win than what it is after a loss some days. I'm sure it's completely unintentional, but it happens.
That is exactly right. But, we'll name our Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating Player of the Game. We'll have our coach's interview with Coach Brett Dial. That's all coming up on our Ron Ward Chevrolet post-game show. Hey, we appreciate you tuning in this evening, regardless of how you're listening or watching. If you are on WJPF, listening in your car, WJPF.com, we got our YouTube live stream up. We truly appreciate you.
There's been a few times I've been driving home from Benton at the end of a game and listening to the post-game show in the car. And
absolutely.
Sometimes it's a little more somber than others, but I think tonight it's going to feel pretty good.
It's going to be a happy camper, as Zepeda is going to have to re-tee the football at the 40-yard line. So it is 27-12. And the ball falls off the tee again.
Is the wind blowing that hard out there? I mean, the flag's out a little bit, but
it's going to be held now. Maybe so. I hadn't even noticed the breeze. I can't see the flag unless I lean out. Here comes Zepeda. Kicks it away.
He's got a good leg.
Hits and rolls into the end zone. Bring the ball out to the 20-yard line, and all Carterville has to do, snap the ball one time.
Sit on it.
Hey, come out to Carterville High School next Friday night.
Home opener.
Home opener against the Nashville Hornets. Don't forget Sports Voice with Murph and Hudson coming up tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock on NewsRadio WJPF and on 103.5 ESPN. Congratulations. We love having Darren Kennard, part of the River Radio family. Now be watching for River Radio Sports Central. He'll have everything for high school sports covered for you. And good things are happening. Next Saturday, SIU is home.
Yep.
Their first game of the season at home. Tomorrow night, Heron Tigers are going to host the Marion Wildcats. That's the snap. 27-12 is the final score. The Carterville Lions win it on the road. They are 1-0 on the season after the win at Benton. Stay with us. Our Ron Ward Chevrolet postgame show is coming up next on News Radio WJPF. Okay. (27-12) is the final score for the Carterville Lions on the road at the Benton Rangers this evening. They won a year ago, 28-0, en route to their 11-1 season, and it was a good start a year ago. And the reason I say that was a good start for the Lions here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we minimized mistakes. I mean, you're going to have mistakes week one. Those were minimal. Our defense picked up where we left off last year. Really nice job. And, again, we saw a lot of different kids get to contribute tonight.
27 points scored by the Carterville Lions, and it all started back in the first quarter. It's kind of a shaky start by both teams to start the game. Carterville had the ball, and it was a 4-and-out, and they punt the ball away. Benton had it. They punted away, 4-and-out. Then Carterville scored on the 20-yard touchdown pass from Brandon Skelcher to Nick Bishing with 2:51 remaining in the first quarter. The extra point was no good. It was actually blocked, and that's where the score stood with 2:51, and that's how we ended the first quarter, 6-0 Lions. Carterville had the ball to start play in the second quarter. They wound up punting it away. Benton got it back, went 4-and-out again, and was forced to punt. Then Carterville had the ball, and on the third play, a 3rd-and-1 from the 48, Peyton Van Horn fumbled the ball. Benton recovers. There was 7:02 remaining in the second quarter. Benton got the football back. 7-play drive was stopped after a 4th-and-7 play, or 3rd-and-9 play, and they had to punt it away. Carterville punted it and punted the ball, and then Benton punted the ball, and that's really all. That's all Benton did in the first half. Was punt, 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 punt.
Yeah, we thought they got their second first down late in the third quarter.
Yeah, exactly. Lions led it 6-0 at the halftime break. Come to the third quarter, Benton scored on a 62-yard option pass. It was Kinsman to Owens, 62 yards, the 11-12 mark of the third quarter. The extra point was no good, and that was 12-6 the score. Carterville gets it back, a 62-yard, it was 6-6 at the end of that. I forgot to write that down. We'll do that. Carterville gets it back, and on the second play of the next possession, a 62-yard Skelcher to Parker Poole touchdown pass at the 10:23 mark. Carterville was up 12-6. Benton, they allowed a safety. Actually, they snapped the ball over the punter's head. It went out of the back of the end zone. That's a safety for the Lions at the 3:49 mark. That made it 14-6. So the 2 extra points that Carterville missed, they get those points back. Then Carterville, on the kickoff, They get the ball back after the safety, and it was a 55-yard touchdown run from Aiden Hinton with 3:23 remaining. Carterville up 20-6. Skelcher threw an interception in the fourth quarter, but Carterville scored on a 16-yard run from Skelcher with 3:07 remaining in the fourth quarter. They went up 27-6. Benton scored late with just 15 seconds left. A 9-yard run by Kinsman, and the final score 27-12 here on the road at Benton. That's a good win. That's a good win for the Carterville Lions.
No doubt, no doubt. Coach Dial's been snagged by Bucky Dent down there.
I knew when Bucky got up.
But he flagged me up here, or he said he was on his way. So
okay.
I think we're going to get to hear his perspective and maybe what they saw on the sideline. You know, people have been probably getting tired of hearing us talk. So
yep, I promise you. We're going to go on and take another break here on our Ron Ward Chevrolet. We're going to name our Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating Player of the Game, and you're going to hear from the coach. He's making his way up the steps now. Here, Lions win it tonight, 27-12 on the road at Benton on News Radio WJPF.
he said this is a 60.
Okay. All right. I guess we're gonna have to go defense. I don't know that I can name one player. Could you?
No, the defense was fantastic. Really good. Is that in your way? Sorry.
Oh, man. Well, you're half the man. Be full man.
You need that little guy.
Welcome back to Benton High School. Dave McKenzie and Keenan Clark. Carterville wins it tonight, 27-12. Coach Brent Dial joining us here on our post-game show and our Johnny Logan coaches show. Coach, that was a good performance for week one on both sides of the ball. I bet you're almost happy.
Well, as soon as I can catch my breath from climbing up all those stairs, I mean, it's kind of hot out here. You know, my gosh, give me a second. All right, yeah, I'm really proud of our guys. And we talked quite a bit this week, you know, that, you know, and rightfully so. There's been a lot of talk on last year's team, and I get it. You know, it's a team that was 11-1, and we graduated a lot of seniors, and we've just been hearing that talk a lot. And, you know, finally I told these guys it's time to make our own identity, you know, and I love, you know, 2022, but, you know, that story has been written, you know, and now it's their turn. And I thought they came over here in a very tough place to play against a very well-coached team, and I thought we played very well on both sides of the football and got a really good performance from a lot of guys. And we got contributions from a ton of guys. We knew it was going to be a little bit of a war of attrition tonight with the heat. Guys were going to go down in cramps and things of that nature. So we got some pretty big contributions from a lot of players tonight to help us get through this and get the win on the road.
You know, one of the things that we talked about was we saw a lot of, I think you had 5 different receivers catch a ball, 6 if you count Skelcher's interception. Like, you had a lot of guys come up with the balls tonight. And, you know, was that a surprise for you? I mean, you got to spread it around last year, but, you know, was it a surprise coming in this year that you had that many people who were willing to step up and make plays and catch balls? And
you know, I would be lying if I said, I thought we could do that. I mean, I thought we had the potential. One of the things we did this summer, you know, we played 2 very tough 7-on-7 tournaments where it's all about passing, and you have to throw when you're playing 4 or 5 games in a day against, you know, like we said, we played Rochester and Mount Zion and, you know, big teams out of Indiana and whatnot. And, you know, you have to throw to more than one person in those things to get through the day. And so we got some valuable reps, and we've got some very athletic skill kids. You know, that's one thing. You know, we graduated a lot of those starters, but every guy that we plugged in is very, very capable. And I can tell you when I'm calling a play, I'm not calling it to a guy. I'm calling the play, and whoever's there, and I don't even know who was there half the time in the second half because we had so many people coming in and out. doesn't matter. We got to have trust in our guys, and they came through tonight. A lot of guys. So when you say, however many guys caught a ball, that's awesome. I have no idea on any kind of stat sheet, things like that. We're just going to call the play that we see there, and whoever's there at the time when we make that call, we trust them to do it.
Coach, it kind of leads in. I have to choose a Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating player of the game. I can't choose one guy, and I keep coming back to the defensive side of the ball. Right. Your defense was outstanding tonight. They made big-time plays when they needed to make them.
We have a very, very good defensive coaching staff over there. Coach Gerald's is our D coordinator, puts a ton of time into this thing. And then he's got a tremendous sidekick in Jake Wakey, and those guys take a lot of pride. Both of those guys have been defensive coordinators, in their time. And one of the things I've learned in year 5, I really learned it after year 2, is just get the heck out of the way. And the less I say, it just and the farther I remove myself from the defensive side of the ball. And that was hard to do when I first came in. I was a defensive coordinator for 13 years here, and I think in those early years, I just I was talking about trusting guys, just now on offense. Hey, we call a play and trust those guys to make the play. And I think that one of the things I learned as a head coach real quick and not soon enough, but like year 2, year 3, is to trust the guys around you because they're really good. And they got that team, they got that defense ready to play. They got some talented kids, and they put them in a great position, and they let them go make some plays tonight.
The message to your team throughout the week was just do your job.
Right.
Do your job. They did that.
Absolutely, man. You come on the road and you get a win against a team that was, the Ohio Conference champs last year, and you open up on the road at third place, and they got a lot of guys back, including a very tough quarterback. This was a game that, I was worried about. I don't know who we are. I've got a lot of new guys on the field. It's going to take us a little bit of time to kind of come into our own identity. We made some mistakes tonight. I tell our guys, I will make, and Coach Clark right here knows, he heard me say this is a softball team forever. I will lead the team in mistakes. I will make the most mistakes of anybody this season. But I don't care. It's on to the next play. We should have kicked the field goal right there, made it a 3-possession game. We shouldn't have thrown it on second down with about, 6.5 minutes to go. I took about 40 seconds off the clock. It's a terrible possession. It was 100% my fault. But when we got the chance there at the end to kind of put them away, we got on the same page. We executed, and we ran a really good series that Skelcher got in and ended the game. But, there's going to be mistakes, and we can't be afraid to make those mistakes. And it's going to take us a little bit to figure out who we are, and we just got to get better each week.
Well, you said it's going to take a while to figure out who you are. So you're coming in with a lot of questions. You could probably, you write a book with the number of questions you have. What are some of the big takeaways, the big questions that you felt like you answered tonight that you'd be willing to share? Like, what are some things that you felt like, all right, this is, I feel comfortable about this because of what we saw tonight?
I thought coming in, I thought that one of our strengths would be our running backs. They're all a little bit different. And one of the things I talked with Van Horn about is that, man, you got to hang in there. You're not going to get some of those flashy carries on the edge. You're not going to get the 25-yard carry around end or whatever else, but you're going to punish people on a 3-yard carry, and you're going to make that middle linebacker feel it over and over and over again and slow him down when we do get a little bit of more of a speed burst guy on the edge. Aiden Hinton came in and had a monster game. He didn't have very many carries, but if you had questions about his knee, guess they got answered tonight because as soon as he turned the corner, he was gone. And he was gone another time. We got a call back. So Aiden Hinton's got that burst that, that's huge. How about Amon Cozy coming in and giving us some real good carries? And what, I don't know what his stat sheet is. I don't care what his stat sheet is. He had probably, anywhere from 3 to 5 carries that allowed those other guys to kind of get their breath and whatnot. He's our change-up back. We know that. And it allowed, Hinton and Van Horn and, those guys to kind of recover. I guess another question I had is, I know Skelcher at quarterback, I know what I thought he could do, and I'm going to be honest with you, he exceeded my expectations. He did a few things tonight I didn't know he could do.
The throw to Bishing.
The throw to Bishing, and then when he scrambled and threw the one to Wakey right here in front of you guys, that was a huge play.
Patient.
That was a completely broken play that he kept alive. Give our receiver credit for not giving up on the backside, found an open space, and he hit him. I didn't know he would do that. So that was huge. And those plays were big and plays that were broken down that he kept alive and made a big play. Brendan Skelcher had a heck of a game.
You said to me earlier this week, we were talking about Brendan Skelcher, and you said, what I love about him is he stays steady. He doesn't get too high. He doesn't get too low. He's solid.
Well, and he's also another thing that I really care about is I trust him. I know what Brandon Skelcher is going to do all the time. He's going to do the right thing everywhere he's at. He's a high-character kid. He's going to work hard. He's going to put himself in a position to succeed, and he deserves the success he had tonight.
Coach, 27-12, the final score. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
1-0 on the season. Coach Brett Dial joining us here on our post-game show. They'll be home next Friday night to take on the Nashville Hornets. And what a game. We need to name our Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating Player of the Game. Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating, keeping you comfortable no matter what the weather is. We talked about it. We're just going to have to go with the whole defensive side of the ball. They were just outstanding.
Yeah, I don't want to cop out by saying, well, we don't want to name one player, but that defense looks so good tonight. You know, everybody from, the defensive line where Chandler Jones and Zach Miller was disrupting all night long, or our ends were everywhere, and the defensive backs, they smothered them.
They made plays.
They did not give them any opportunities, really, except for the long halfback pass. I mean, I felt like defensively we could do no wrong tonight.
Yep. That's the player of the game, brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating. Punctual service, a 5-star satisfaction, and experience from over 40 years in the business. Keenan and I, hey, it's been a good job tonight.
I appreciate the invite. I can't wait to come back next week.
Yeah. We'll make it game to game. We'll just
okay.
We'll
over. See. Let me know. Let me know by Thursday.
Hey, next Friday night, the Carterville Lions are home. Their home opener for the season as they take on the Nashville Hornets. We'll have pregame coverage starting at 6:45. On behalf of Keenan Clark, for our producer engineer back at the studio, Mr. Brian R. Powell, I'm Dave McKenzie. Lions win it tonight, 27-12 on the road at Benton High School. Thank you for tuning in to Lions football here on your home for Lions sports, News Radio WJPF. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Thanks for listening and watching.